Yeah.
So instead,
I
I
just have it as a downloaded thing.
Yeah, I just have multiple tabs of Google Chrome up, or two different segments, so I can record one.
Yeah, go ahead, Dale.
I'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I did. Someone posted this in one of the other Discords I'm in, just because. It's just random generation of freaking weird items that might or might not be useful. Mostly might not.
Obscure earring that produces or engulfs a fully functional blacksmith forge whenever you tell a joke.
Yeah.
I'd rather eat my fucking sword than use this.
I
don't know, that did be actually kind of helpful.
Yeah, as I said, it's not all useless, just a lot.
Yeah, this one isn't bad at all. Starlight and Greatsword disguised as a functional cello that doubles your climbing speed whenever it isn't being looked at. Doubles climbing speed, just throw it in a backpack. Functional cello, you now have an instrument, and Starlight and Greatsword, Pog. That's a win.
Futuristic looking dash dund that tells you about events in the future that's way too far away to matter to you whenever you miss an attack.
It's very specific.
Yeah, that's kind of how all of these are. They are very specific.
Oh, this one's pretty awful. Repulsive belly button ring that injects a host target with its eggs whenever you look at something for more than 5 seconds. No, thank you.
Yeah, no, that seems kind of bad.
Just constantly moving your eyes around.
Ugh.
I don't want a flex mount. I want, my heavy weapon.
At that point, you just wear a blindfold, just in case.
Well, then you'd be looking at the blindfold for a long time.
I don't think you can inject a blindfold with parasites.
I thought that the belly ring put the things in you.
No.
Ah.
I thought it injected parasites whenever we were looking at for more than 5 seconds.
Gotcha. Well, then your fucking blindfold would be covered in eggs.
Just rinse it off.
My hands covered in belly button rings.
Reliably tuned autogun can be trusted to track and eliminate designated enemy, and its pilot concentrates on more specialized weapons or processes. Yeah. Autogun. It's literally a gun that's automatic. And not in the it fires lots in the you point at something and say, shoot that until I tell you to stop shooting that. And it goes, okay, and keeps doing that.
It's automatically a gun.
Yeah.
Other things have to work for that designation, but this just is a gun automatically. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
I knew it. I'm so wise, so mysterious, so
7 uses.
inscrutable.
Oh, because of that. I don't know how many uses it is. I'll have to write that down. Oh, good. That's good to know. I've already picked all my talents, so it doesn't really matter, but it's good to know for next time. I have a gun that's all guns at the same time.
Needs more DACA.
No guns.
What? How is it every gun?
Because it just mimics all the guns on the battlefield. It's also not a gun. Don't worry about it.
That is, on a conceptual level, that's baffling.
Yes. That's a lot of the things in this particular group of Lancer mechs They all look weird and strange. I guess in some ways they're actually like a lot of the normal factions who kind of like believe in the aliens, so they have all these like weird weapons and things that don't quite work with how you view how reality's supposed to work, or everyone else's normal guns. They're like, we believe in other things, and because we believe that, other things happen. I mean, at least it's better than the freaking Ushabti Omnigun that literally doesn't exist until it wants to exist. It just eats people.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah. It kills things with entropy.
This gun is a mouth on a stick. And you
It's
point
really
at someone
a big
and it
hole on a stick.
shoots the dentures at them. Extra dimensional dentures, which take a big bite out of people.
Oh no, we lost Payton.
Don't threaten me with a good time. Ah.
Just forget I can put macros here.
Welcome back, Peyton.
Yeah, just quickly updating my Discord.
Hmm.
Oh, right. Forgot I only have 2 guns. Used to have
Only
3.
2.
Imagine only having 2 guns.
Oh my gosh.
This meme made by 8 Gun Gang.
Classic 8 gun gang. Back at it again.
Tactical knife for a mech.
Oh, yeah. You got Commando Pro to go with that?
I guess I could do the stub cannon. Huh. I didn't know they had smart swords. That's kind of interesting.
What game are you playing there?
A mech game called Lancer, which is actually free. It's one of the games on my ever-growing list of things that I will eventually run once I understand the game better. Because it's weird and strange, but also freaking really cool.
How long is that list at this point? 4 million? 5?
It's pretty long. I'd have to count through stuff. It's definitely in the hundreds at this point, though.
Why is it that high?
Because I own a lot of games.
Yeah, but do you think you'll run all of them? Like, how much time do you think exists in life?
I mean, if he's able to run...
Lumpy, do you remember who you're talking to?
Yeah.
This is Mitchell. He's been alive a lot longer than any of us, and he will continue to be alive long after
That's
we're gone.
true. That's true. That's true.
Fucking
Until
even.
the heat death of the universe.
He'll survive
They
that.
ever
I mean,
figure
yeah,
out
about to say, come
immortality.
on, give him some credit,
What's-
buddy.
Worthless.
He's been running his entire life, and he will continue it well into his unnatural life.
The Lich of Games.
Yes.
Play
He's
with
gonna be a lich, and you're gonna be like, oh, are you like some weird evil undead? He's like,
No, that's a character
I'll
now
let you know
somewhere.
about my plan if you play this fucking board game with me. It's called Lancer.
Just
can
walk
be a
in,
mech.
shelves are full of full of books.
Look
Books
at me,
and
this
they're all
cool
colorful.
mech I've been wanting to play since the distant year of 2020. Like, what the fuck was that?
his phylactery is an actual D100.
Yeah,
I have seen them. They do exist. They're
his
just really
phylactery is
bizarre
a
looking dice.
D1000.
They're also freaking impossible to read.
Well, it's got to be real big then.
Not necessarily.
Well, then it would be easier to read if it was bigger. No?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Need
make
a
a big
little.
one.
Yeah. This is not one I'm probably ever going to run, but it's one that's just interesting. This is an entire game, what I'm posting. Yep, that's the game. An entire RPG that you can fit into one screenshot.
I like it. It's got a minimalism to it.
Yep. It's an interesting thing. You might actually like it, Lumpy.
Why? Do you think I have feelings? Fuck
Yeah.
you, I'm a man.
That's a good
Damn.
thing. You have lasers too.
Should be
You
called
can shoot your
lasers or
feelings.
feelings.
It should be called fake
As we all
gay.
know, feelings exist on the ultraviolet spectrum.
Speak for yourself.
My feelings are ultraviolet. What are yours?
Non-existent. They cannot be perceived.
It's just interesting.
You're just not in
I like the
touch enough
idea.
with your aura.
Oh, I did see something. What was it? Oh, right, yeah. I did hear, and now I've bought because it's freaking great. I found a new publisher called Mage Hand Press, and other than making binders, which is great, I'm so happy that someone else had the idea and actually made it before I did. I'm gonna keep working on my own. They also made the Mimic Book of Mimics, which I posted.
Yeah, I saw that actually.
Yep. They made a game called Dark Matter, which is effectively it's 5e but space.
What was it called, you said?
The Dark Matter is the
Dark
name of the
Matter.
actual game. Mage Hand Press is the people who actually published it, though.
Dark Matter by Mage Hand Press.
Yeah. The way you travel
This-
around the galaxy is by flying into giant space lizards or dragons, known as the Maws. Like literally, they're giant skeletons with black holes in their mouths that you fly into and then go to different areas of the galaxy. It is freaking one of the most neat systems I've ever seen for using space dragons.
That sounds so cool looking.
It is really, really cool. I posted to Nor and got no response. I'm like, come on.
Imagine ever getting a fucking response out of Nor.
Yeah, he's been so busy. Last thing he posted was the skin for the engineer. The alt skin.
Hell yeah.
The Dark Matter, it's really cool.
How cool.
I guess as a full redo of 5e with sci-fi, which is an impressive system.
I assume you checked out Starfinder.
I did. Starfinder is Pathfinder based, though, in my understanding.
Yeah. I was just wondering,
Yep, I've heard
like comparatively, yeah.
I've heard good things about it. I've heard bad things about it, as all games. But I don't know why Pathfinder's just never grabbed me for some reason.
Really? It's one of my favorites, bar
Yeah,
none.
I don't know why. It is weird because they are very, very similar.
Well, I really liked 3.5, and Pathfinder feels a lot like 3.5, but
Yep.
more streamlined in some ways.
I mean, it's been nicknamed 3 points. What is it? 3.75, I think sometimes. because it was 3.5 plus because it got updated. It took
Sounds
that.
about right.
Yay! What is my system capacity?
TTRPG system?
Oh, 9. Holy hell! Good to know.
And we're back.
Welcome
oh my
back.
god, it's Stormy.
Finally, I can play a game with Stormy, my favorite person.
Yeah. I've been recording this whole time.
I haven't freaking
Good.
played with Stormy in a long time, actually.
I know, it's been forever.
I'm
It's
missing
so
my-
strange.
Well, when do you two cross paths usually?
Not very often, just thinking about it.
Yeah.
So I think I've been in 2 of her games that lasted whatever a month and then died at the very
A
most.
month? You're being generous.
Hence the at the very most.
Well, what was it? Humblewood lasted 2 or 3 sessions, was it?
Hmm,
Something like
I
that.
think 3.
3 sessions.
yeah.
And Dylan's campaign lasted a fair amount of time.
Yeah. A few weeks.
If you measure it by how it felt, it lasted years.
Oh wait, did Dylan's campaign die?
It's in hiatus. So
It's in
we'll see
hiatus
how
right
long.
Okay, so
Dead.
it's on life support is what I'm
Give me
hearing.
1 second.
Life support. I mean,
Are you gonna tell
technically,
me I'm wrong?
technically yes. It's just,
Hiatus
it's
is little
the-
more than a coma for D&D. Let's be real.
Yeah. Once a game goes on hiatus, it never comes back.
Yeah,
it's,
but
it's on
speaking
life
of
support
which-
until
Actually,
a
you know what?
creator decides to pull the
Speaking of
plug.
which, the Undead campaign
That-
and Mitchell's
not
campaign
entirely
are
true.
canceled.
yeah, that's entirely true. Because Undead campaign went on hiatus. My game went on hiatus for 3 months, and I'm actually bringing it back.
I'm thinking of bringing back the D&D campaign I ran on Tabletop Simulator in
is
3.5, and it ran for, I think, 1 session.
That was
I
the one I
think
played, the
so.
Orcish Paladin, right? Good, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
I like that one. I can still remember that character.
Chad.
Well, it's because he didn't understand that he was a Orcish Paladin of Bahamut, and for whatever reason, he got confused about how things are. So he decided that he wanted to be good, and so named himself Good because he was kind of stupid.
I am
So-
good.
Yeah, exactly. He was good, literally and figuratively.
Who are you? I am good. No, your name. I am good.
It's almost like you or me, etc.
What?
Getting there.
Who's on first?
Yeah.
He's really dumb, but he's good, like you or me. And I'm like, huh?
Bro, what the what the fuck?
It's kind of rude.
Me.
Oh my god, that's why Yumi's called Yumi, because it's you and me on the same thing.
Because you and me
'Cause she's
are
really
both
stupid.
angry that we're missing a fucking team member. Oh, that says M6D, not M60. Yeah, that explains why I'm not able to find that in the fucking weapons section.
Mm. It is interesting the number of games that have tried something like Yumi, where they have like a character that is really 2 characters, so you really only have like at least I'm thinking of the ogre from what is it, Heroes of the Storm. So your
Cho'Gall.
team really, yeah, your team only really has 4 characters, but 2 players control the same one.
Yeah,
a
because
weird
he's a 2-headed dude.
Yeah, 2-headed ogre.
I'm all for shit like that.
Yeah.
Games don't try weird things like that very often, though.
Dota does.
They're
Yeah,
afraid.
because well, the thing is, when those things fail, they usually fail big.
Yeah.
Very much an all or nothing for failure there.
Hell yeah.
Militia, you're gonna get a.
All right. Steve, you have your pizza or whatever food you have.
Vermicelli?
I'm
Yeah.
guessing, but-
Vermicelli.
Peanut butter
What
and
the
jelly.
fuck is vermicelli?
His Stradivarius pizza.
I think I'm
Don't know
just
what
used
that
to you
means,
having.
but yeah.
Stradivarius is a type of violin.
Oh,
It's like regarded as like the best made violin in the world or some shit.
well,
That's true.
this is like
Best made violin in the world.
I don't know.
The
I just
Diet
know that
Stradivarius.
yeah,
20
Stradivarius.
million.
Hell yeah. I have one in my
The
basement.
most expensive violin to ever exist.
Yeah, it's mine.
Mm.
No,
hmm
you're wrong.
I didn't tell you that I
Cringe.
live above the
Hate you.
Louvre.
does anyone use the violin or is it just
I don't know. I already clicked off the page to go back to putting in stats.
I never really thought to find out, if I'll be honest. I just overheard it.
Mm.
This will be an interesting, just a neat little fact sometime. Like, boom, happened.
I don't know. I just remember things on occasion.
Yep.
So where were we?
Do these guys have? Should I hit record at this point? Yeah, fuck. I'm gonna hit
You know,
record at this point.
You probably should if you're recording.
Why bother?
You know,
I don't need to bother because Theo does
like
it.
at least I claim that it's to rewatch it at some point in the future. But I'm
You don't.
probably never going to do that. At this point, it's more or less just because it's something I do. Which, as far as a reason for doing something, pretty fucking stupid. But that's fine.
So, do you guys remember what you were doing last time?
Yeah, I just got all my strength drained, so we rested, and we were in that little like destroyed haunted mansion.
Yeah, we got
In
our
the
shit
basement.
kicked in a basement.
No, we did great.
I
You
was
almost
a
lost
single
two
punch from
characters.
death.
We did great. They just happened to do better.
Yeah, we did great. They just happened to roll 3 crits.
Crit.
Fucking
Aight,
hell.
aight.
Now, it
I'ma
wasn't
head
they,
out.
it was the remaining shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
we
one
fucked
guy
This
up.
got
guy
because
went
his
down.
friend was dead.
We fucked up the first one so
Yep.
quickly.
And the second one decided, frick you guys, I'm murdering you both by myself.
Bastard.
God
You
damn.
killed my friend?
Yeah, actually. Unironically, though.
So, yep. So you guys don't remember hitting a button, and that's where we ended.
Actually, yeah, we did hit a button, didn't we?
Yeah.
We poked that thing's eyeball, right?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you guys were in a chapel or something along those lines.
I don't know. I think you're making that up. I think I
Fire.
need proof for that.
So yep. I'm trying to remember where all you guys were standing and who hit the button. I want to say Oyeko hit the button.
That sounds about right. I
Check
like
that in my brain.
I like pressing buttons, so it
Yeah.
adds up.
So if Oyeko's hitting the button, where are the other three? As a reminder, you're in a big, well, mostly circular room with a bunch of chairs,
That'd
pews
be-
kind of
that would-
surrounding a dais with a altar on the top, kind of in the center. So Oyeko's on the altar, on the dais, poking the altar.
Yeah.
So you're all in the room at the very least.
Sitting in a pew. Waiting for my come to Jesus moment. It's never going to happen. Jesus can fuck himself.
I mean, he also doesn't exist in this particular world, so.
Yeah, that's why he can fuck himself. Congratulations, you've cracked the code.
Exactly. So, Giva is sitting in a pew. What about Johnny and Mo?
Mo is probably right next to the button,
practically hitting it herself too.
All right, and Johnny.
Johnny's standing guard at the place we came through.
Okay. Yeah, there was a big entrance into this room. So you hit the button, and sounds of grinding stone meet your ears, and a bright flash of light blinds you all temporarily. And standing behind the altar is the figure of a man who seems to be somewhat see-through. He's kind of looking towards the doorway. He's wearing a cloak, so it's kind of hard to tell what his features are because it's kind of the Darth Sidious look where his hood's down over his eyes, so you can really only see his mouth.
Right.
But
Does his mouth look familiar at all?
you can't say you've ever seen a mouth quite like that one. So, what are you guys doing? I'll give you guys at least a round to react.
I mean,
Hmm.
I'll get ready for battle at least.
Yeah.
Draw blade, I'm guessing.
But I would
Yes.
also say, ho there.
Is this a gun?
And I will take a step away from the scary thing.
Okay.
Bo takes cover.
All right. Yep.
Yeah,
Bo dives on the other side of the thing from the guy.
I'll get behind the pew,
Introduce yourself, interloper.
and I will also stealth, or at least attempt to.
Okay.
All right, I've had my come to Jesus moment.
Yep. I mean, he doesn't seem to be like paying attention to you guys, but instead of answering either of your questions or saying anything directly to you, he opens his arms out wide in kind of a like come to me gesture and at least tries to speak. Like you can see the mouth moving, but nothing's coming out.
All right, anyone have observant?
No.
I don't think I
Unfortunate.
got anything.
No, I don't.
And as you stand there watching him for a moment, the aquamarine gems and crystals embedded in the altar start to glow as well, and the room gets even brighter.
Against my better judgment, I'll try to poke the button again.
It is currently still depressed, so
I'll
nothing
try
happens.
to cheer it up.
Try and grab it and like pull it out with your fingernails.
Seeing as it's like a carved eye in a hole, you can try.
Yeah, no.
But
Listen,
it's
I never said
gonna
you'd
be
have
pretty
much success. I just said you could.
Yeah. You'd really need more claws to try with any real effort.
Hey.
I don't like this.
Seems like a problem. I say from stealth.
I'm trying to think. What is
The
yeah,
fucking
what is your
classic.
passive? It's like 15, right?
My passive perception is 14.
14. Okay. Then yeah, you don't see where Mo's speaking from.
Kind of look around a little bit, a
Yeah.
little confused.
You know he's nearby, but you don't know where.
Mo's dead. Mo's ghost is speaking to me. Fuck.
He died. The light killed him.
Is the light still getting brighter, by the way?
Yep. It's still growing in strength. It's not quite the level of blinding that the light when it first started, and it's still kind of glowing around the ethereal figure, seemingly from above. You'd say, but it's growing at this point. It started at around like just around the altar, and now it's up to about torch strength.
Okay.
So it's not quite lighting the edges of pews yet, but it'll get there. It
Alright.
keeps growing.
It's green, right?
What do you want?
I mean, it's aquamarine. It's like
Oh,
kind
okay.
of
It's like
turquoise.
blue-green.
Yeah. It's bluish green. Yeah. The figure just continues speaking. Though at this point, rather than just having his arms out all the way, he seems to have pulled them back in and is kind of gesturing in a almost wave-like motion with his right arm. Wave as in like ocean wave, not as
Okay.
in a
Can we
friendly.
attempt to like figure out what the hell that's supposed to mean?
Sure, go ahead and roll insight, I guess. I mean, that's pretty good. Does anyone else want to roll, or are you just going to let Geve tell you what's going on?
I mean,
Oh,
I can
Yakko is-
try.
Not trying to incite this for sure.
Just peeking through the
She is
like
just-
slats in the pews. Just what the fuck is going on?
Ready
I would
for
try
any sort
to-
of aggression.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Going from first to last, I'll give Geve a little more. Well, Geve and Mo a little extra information. It seems like he's currently in the middle of a sermon. You're not sure what he's speaking of course, because none of you can read lips very well, but it certainly is something, though it's not a sermon that either of you guys have ever seen.
I've
His
seen
motions
no sermons
seem-
before.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this sermon before.
I guess I'll say the
Whoa.
god that he's speaking of does not sound like a god that either of you guys have ever heard of. Johnny, you just get that it's probably a sermon.
I don't know any gods that have that weird fucking wavy arm shit. The hell?
Yeah, and then my god did the little wiggle, and you like wiggle the arm.
My god did the wave. My god shredded that dance floor like the menace he was.
The light continues growing, and at this point is at least reaching the pews and starting to creep across them. And as it does, he moves from the wave motion into a kind of sparkling like over his head.
You know what? I mean, he beckoned us in. What's the worst that could happen? I'm gonna move into the
All
light.
right. So do you want an actual answer?
I mean, you're in the light of the altar. It's because it's covering the almost everything in the room now, but he does still have the light streaming over him.
I see.
Yeah. Like imagine a spotlight from above type of thing.
Yeah.
Does anything happen to the pews like when the light goes over them?
It doesn't seem like it. I mean, they're lighting up, but other than that, they seem to be unaffected. Along with, of course, you and Mo, since you guys are standing like in the light. Geve will be touched by it momentarily. Johnny is
I'm
a
going to
little
be
bit further
moving
away.
backwards to attempt not to be touched by it.
Yeah, I mean the light doesn't feel like it's changing anything. So the two of you that are standing in it.
It's the only reason I'm still standing in it.
There's a few too many fucky things in this world that do change you and involve light. So you know what? I'll take my chance with moving away.
Yep. And with a
What color is the light again? Did you say emerald or was that some aquamarine?
it's the same color as aquamarine. It's kind of a bluish green.
No, that's
Probably
not
like-
the
like
that's not
you'd
the
imagine the
same.
ocean.
That's
That's
not
not
the
the same.
no green of.
Yeah, okay.
No, the
That's
no
more
no
of a-
green is very very
sickly-
striking. It's kind of
Gotcha.
that sickly neon green is what the like radiation type of thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you know what that is because everyone knows what that is.
Everyone knows the legends of Chernobyl.
I mean that too, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And at that point, the light is going to expand rapidly. Johnny and Geve, since you guys were out of the light, do you want to remain out of the light and kind of get out of the room?
I'll fucking gather him if it's getting out of the light.
It seems like it's aiming for the walls. So
Boot
yeah,
scoot
you'll
boogie.
have to go out of the room. Could you roll a? I'll say dex save. Johnny, are you going to try and dodge it?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll a dex save as well. Then. Well, Geve,
I'll be
freaking
seeing
hell.
you later.
With the final dash, you leap out of the room, and the light definitely doesn't touch you. Johnny, you're standing by the door, so it's not very far at all. You basically take a step back.
Just baseball slide out.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm
the
a
light
mer-
does seem to stop at the doorway and leave a kind of shimmering wall there. And
Well, I
with
hope I don't
that,
find a monster in there, because that'll be unfortunate.
yeah, the two of you standing in the room, or I guess Mo crouching, see the light touch the walls, and it sparkles into the ceiling with a almost star-like pattern. But other than that, the figure just kind of goes back to what he was doing before, like at the very beginning, where he was just kind of standing with his arms at his sides and just kind of looks out at the empty pews, but otherwise doesn't seem to react. And the light remains at that level.
I'll start looking around at the door out here to see if there are any markings or anything that would indicate like, what the deal is with this place.
Sure. Are you? I mean, the markings are fairly easy to spot. How are you trying to look at them? Like, are you trying to jog your memory, or are you trying to like find buttons or something like that?
See, I don't, my int isn't very high, so I don't know if I should investigate my mind palace. Can I roll survival to track down the truth?
No, the thing you're looking for is religion. If you're looking at that,
What about your mind palace?
Yeah, what about that?
you need to go find that. You don't
Right.
start with.
So I need to.
Unlucky.
Can I
gotta
use
go find the
sleight of
Millennium
hand
Puzzle.
to, steal the truth out
I
from
will
under
try
me?
and figure out what the religious deal is with this guy. So I'm gonna roll religion.
Sure, go ahead. All right.
Hmm.
Well, a 13 doesn't give you much, but it's enough to at least get you the name. You know that this religion, based on the lights, the color, and the altar, is probably one of the religions to a specific god, one of the mothers. Which, if you go,
They
and you
got
look,
a spooky green turquoise light. Ooh.
if you go peek at the gods, the mothers are one of the three. I haven't put anything else, but that's about what you know is the name. You're not sure which, but you know it's one of them because there are three.
Probably one of the mothers. I love a good mama.
Yeah, I'll give for free for the rest of you, since you recognize this as the mothers. The mothers are not well liked. The best
Cool.
way to phrase it is they're between hags and loth. So
Oh.
yeah,
I thought this was like
they're kind of
take
jerk-
care of you goddesses.
No,
Like, you know, mothers do.
Yeah, no,
Are
they'll
you
take
okay?
care of you, just not
Are
in the
you-
way you
Yeah,
like it.
you'll be taken
you-
care of.
Are you okay, Mitchell? Do you want to talk to me about your parents or anything? You good?
yeah, I'm good.
Okay, man. Be careful, everybody. There are
Stop trying to
parents.
psychoanalyze him, Christ.
There are parents about.
No. My God.
My God.
But with a 13, that's basically all you know. Most likely, this is a chapel to one of the devoted to one of the mothers. You don't know which, but all of you do know that just because it's common knowledge that the mothers are not good gods.
I am very bad with religion, but I could try.
Sure, go ahead.
I feel like I should impose disadvantage because I know jack fuck about religion in
Well,
general.
it just so happens that that's what I was thinking. So go ahead and roll it with disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
9.
I don't know. Religion's pretty cringe. I don't know you guys out here do it.
Yep. I mean, yeah, Johnny's probably right about it being a mother's thing, but I mean, you haven't seen any chapels to them, and haven't seen any ceremonies, so probably, but who knows? So,
Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't the mothers not exactly great?
What do you guys
You
not
are
like your mother?
correct.
What the fuck?
You are
Weirdos?
correct. The mothers are foul demon spawn things. Hideous.
Just for
remind me,
sake,
did
is
you guys
that
have a
true?
torch, by the way?
Hideous, disgusting
up, Mitchell?
wretches.
Did you guys, one of you have a torch? Because I know that Oyeko and Johnny can't see in the dark. So.
Yeah, I think I had one with me.
Okay.
I
That's it.
definitely had one when I was exploring with Theo.
Damn it.
I
fucking
thought
fly just fell from my
I forget
V8.
if I have light. I have a character sheet to find this out. I don't have
I'm
light.
almost certain you don't. Oh,
No.
interesting.
You don't have dark vision?
I do
No,
have dark vision.
Mo
I
has
don't
dark
have light.
Okay.
The cancer.
I'm gonna walk up to the glowing figure and I'm gonna try to slice him.
Go ahead. Yeah, you can make an attack. I mean, he's just wearing robes. He's not armored or anything. So. Yeah, your blade slices right through him.
Does it seem to do anything?
Uh,
Do I feel any like give, or is it just kind of whoosh through?
let's find out.
Congratulations, you have now pissed off the ghost.
Exactly.
I believe ghosts have resistance to non-magical attacks.
All right.
Let's see, some
Your
special
blade
shit.
goes right through it and suffers literally. There's nothing. It hits air. But you definitely know it went through that thing, and you're pretty sure this is actually not a real person, ghost or otherwise.
Yeah, like it seems to be some. Oh yeah, I was gonna assume that if it went through it, it didn't give at all. There was nothing that like it felt. It's just a fucking illusion.
Yep.
This
what would make sense to you.
is an illusion of sorts. I don't understand its purpose.
And with a final kathunk and the more grinding of stone, the light goes out, along with the figure. You guys do, however, hear a scream from back the way you came. It sounds like a childlike wail of terror.
It's not great. Does it sound like it comes from something living?
I mean, can you tell the difference?
Well, I mean, generally, if it's like a hollow sound, then it's not gonna be something. I mean, something like humanoid, familiar. Like,
It
does it just
sounds
sound
like
a child?
It sounds like a person, not like a rat or anything along those lines.
I will take off running towards it then, with my torch still, so I can actually freaking see.
Yep. Because this room definitely went back to blackness besides the torchlight. What about Mo, Geva, and Johnny? You following after Oyeko, or
So
Yes.
so did
The field,
Oyeko
by the
run
way,
out of
did-
the room
yeah, the
towards
field
us?
did, yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I would just follow.
Geva and Mo?
Oh,
Yeah, I'll be
follows.
keeping that. Can I can I try and figure out whether or not that is likely to be like a fake? Is there a way I can do that?
I believe
Like I'm being
that
fucking
would
duped.
be deception versus insight. So yeah, you can go ahead and roll insight to try and determine if that was real or not. It definitely had a weird effect on your ears, and your ears are pretty sharp.
I
It
am going
didn't
to
quite sound right. You're not sure
inform-
why, but it doesn't sound right.
I am going to try and tell the others while running something is wrong, but not in like the normal scream way.
What do you mean?
Because I
Continuing to run, but
recognize that if I go something is wrong while chasing after a scream, I feel like the logical response there is no shit, huh?
Of
I
course,
mean, you guys
something
make
is
it
wrong.
back to the first room where the stairs led down, and they had the columns and whatnot. So
Something about this scream is off. Maybe we should not just sprint towards it.
if you need help, yell again.
He says, sprinting towards it.
I will yell that out.
okay,
As formerly mentioned, I struggle to actually yell in this character voice.
I know. So as a reminder, there were 3 paths. You guys took the right one from at least the entrance.
Oh, good. I'm glad we took the right one.
Shut
or
up.
the leave.
How about that?
Yeah, because you guys came in from the east, so it would be the north one, just for the sake of kind of orientation.
Yep.
Because right and left don't matter when you start moving through different things. The scream. I mean, it was hard to tell because it was only the scream, but now you hear two different sounds. First, a quiet voice. It's far too quiet to catch what it actually is saying, but it seems to be coming from the western passage, very far away, and faintly down the southern passage, so directly ahead of you guys now. You hear the faint sounds of like tick, tick. I guess not the clock ticking, but like stone.
Like a bomb? Oh.
Nah, like someone kind of tapping something against stone.
Is the voice? I mean, you can't tell what it says, but could it sound like it belonged to this person that screamed?
You'd say so, yeah.
I'll run down that hallway.
Okay. Rest of you following?
I'm following.
Yep.
Oh yeah, go.
Okay.
I am trying to be wary though. I'm not trying to just like full tilt pay attention to nothing. I'm
Yep.
full tilt trying to pay attention to my surroundings as I go, which is obviously harder than if I was moving cautiously.
So, for those of you with only torches, as you're running down this hallway, you do see the flicker of white against the walls, but you're kind of running past them as you go. For those of you with dark vision, you can see there are a couple skeletons kind of pushed up against the walls. Either that, or they're like, we're trying to flee from something and trying to crawl away through the wall. Unsurprisingly, it didn't work so well.
So what do you mean, like, in the wall or pushed up against the wall?
I mean, if you're pausing, keep in mind you can't see these. You're just seeing like
Just
white
like-
'cause at the edge of your torchlight. So because this
Must
hallway's
be like
big.
a mural or something, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this pathway is very like it's 40 feet wide, so
Gotcha.
the
Pathway
torchlight
used
is
to-
only dim light. The dark vision people can see it fine because dark vision 60 feet. But for
Gotcha.
those of you
Grand
with
hallway of marble.
No.
There
pushed
must
up-
be a
yeah,
mural or something.
in the wall, pushed up against the wall. Effectively, they're like kind of clinging to the wall, but they're just skeletons. So they're not embedded in the wall or anything. They're just up against it.
Maybe we should slow down and take this a little bit safer.
Do they look like
Someone needs our help.
are they dead with like equipment, or are they just skeletons in the nude?
In the
These ones
buff.
in particular don't seem to have any equipment on them, not even like
Okay.
rags or anything.
Gotcha.
But you guys come out of the hallway after running for about 120 or so feet, and you come out into a massive room. The torch doesn't even light up like a third of it. It's so big.
How
But
do
you
we know
can-
that?
Mostly from your dark vision pals not being able to see the entire room.
So we're clueless, Lumpy. Don't worry.
Oh shit.
God,
How
this
do you
room.
know that? Shut up.
And
Says
As you kind of as you're
Flick
coming
my
to the end of the
finger and
hallway-
like put it in the air. This room is about a quarter full of light.
You can tell from the echoing, Lumpy.
Oh, right, of course.
So, yep, you guys can faintly hear the kind of. I'm trying to think what the heck. What is it? Effectively, the sound of waves. I can't think of any other word for it for whatever reason. The lapping of waves, I suppose, and a faint kind of trickle of water. Not crashing. They're just kind of like whoosh, whoosh. Just kind of, yeah, weak waves. They're not the big smashing ones.
Lame.
And at the very edge of your torchlight, you see a glitter of something straight ahead of you.
I will slow down a bit and sort of walk up to whatever this glitter is. I will have my sword out as well.
So, yep, you walk out and you see a body of water that leads off. The torch doesn't reach very, very far out into it. Those of you with dark vision, however, you can see just at the very tip of it, if you're standing on the edge, some sort of island in the center. It looks like it's man-made, so stone block. But something on it.
I'm gonna light a second torch,
All
and
right.
I'm just gonna hurl it as far as I can, towards the water, of course.
Sure. Go ahead and roll. I guess just go ahead and roll strength. We'll see how far it goes. I'm going to say it goes a certain distance unless you just roll a 1. All right. So, yep, you chuck your torch. It flies definitely far enough to reveal the island for a moment, before, of course, falling in the water and fizzling out. And it seems like, well, for one, there's actually a second island matching it, kind of near. They're almost like. They're both generally in the center, but they're spread out from each other in kind of a, I guess, like 2 points of the circle to a certain extent.
Okay.
So if you like drew a small circle in the middle of this pond, then they would be at opposite ends of the circle. opposite sides. And indeed, one of the islands has a full statue. The one that's closer to you, though you can't actually like tell anything about it because the torch is gone so fast. The other one seems to be it is another statue. This one is damaged though, so you can't really tell what it is. Of course, the flicker doesn't help matters. And with that, the torch goes out, and you're left staring back out across the dark water.
But aside from the statue, there weren't any like people on them or anything like that.
No, there was enough room that you could like stand on them. Like they weren't just big enough for the statues, but there wasn't seemingly much else on them.
I'll just
At
sort
least
of
not
call
that you could see.
towards the water. Hello?
Yep.
I'm going to ready my weapon to shoot any motherfucker that appears to want us dead.
At this point, you guys can hear it as it's grown louder. Help me.
Where are you?
That still sounds weird to me, by chance.
I mean, it was definitely a voice. You're not sure if it sounded weird or not. It definitely sounded like it wanted help. Like I guess I'll give you this since you did roll pretty well for that. I think you did, right?
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
well,
you got
okay.
19 inside.
Yeah. The scream was definitely a way to gain attention, and not in the I really need help sort of attention. In the monster wanting you to come closer to it sort of attention, but that was seemingly genuine.
Alright.
What do you need help with? Where are you?
There's a slight flicker of light in the middle of the lake, just a like ethereal glow. Come to the statues. Help. It's wet.
How deep is the water?
I mean, are you looking? Because it doesn't answer your question if you ask it aloud.
Yeah, I mean, I did ask aloud, but I will try to look to sort of see.
Yeah. The water is black. It is not possible.
Anyone have
to
a
see
glow
through it.
stick to drop in?
Alright, well, I'm gonna help it,
Nope.
but give me a second. I gotta take off my armor. I don't really want to risk that.
By the
Come
way,
on,
for those of
this-
you with dark
this
vision,
is
just
a
describe
family-friendly
items. There is a large path around this lake. Like, it doesn't fill the whole room. The room is big, so there's about a path that you'd estimate to be maybe a third of the lake, at least since you guys could see the center of it, or at least what you'd estimate to be the center of it. To your north, there is a small stream that seems to lead to a kind of crack in the wall, big enough that maybe Mo could fit through it. If you guys crawled, you might be able to. It's hard to tell from a distance. And to the south is a similar looking kind of stream to a crack.
I don't know how long it takes to take off
What do you have?
chainmail, but I am taking it off.
Like a minute, I
Chainmail's
think?
heavy, right?
I will
So-
ask
Oh,
Johnny
wait,
to assist.
chainmail's heavy. Fuck. Why's chainmail heavy?
Gladly.
What is it for heavy armor? I know it's
I'm fucking now. I believe it's 10 minutes to put on, which means 5 minutes off. Yeah, 5 minutes off.
and I can't remember. With help, I think. Does it have the time?
Yeah,
Or
you reduce it by
I'm gonna
half.
say it has the time, even if it doesn't. So,
It does.
well, so you guys have some time because Oyuko's taking off armor, and that'll take a while. So, what are Geva and Mo doing? Since Johnny is assumedly helping, since that's what it sounded like Lumpy said before he left.
I'll start moving around the lake to continue checking out this room.
Yep. Yeah, you can cross the little stream. It's just a little hop. The stream does seem to be man-made as well, so it's I guess more like a culvert than a little crack in the rock. But the crack looks natural. Mo, are you following after Geve, or are you going the opposite way, or doing something else? Do we have a Theo?
Oh, I'm muted. I'm sorry. I said I was following just to stay in sight range, not to like.
Okay. I mean, you won't be able to see both groups after a point, but yeah, you'll be able to make it most of it. So, are you going the left way or the right way around this lake?
Right.
Okay. So
Always
yep,
right.
you go and walk around, just a little hop over the stream, and yeah, you can see the statue most of the way around. And there seems to be a third stream, though this one has a, rather than a, like a gap in the wall, this one seems to be a, like, culvert, or not culvert, an enclave that someone explicitly carved out of the rock. It seems to have the stream, like, running down into it.
I would like a look into it.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty small. You could see it,
Yeah.
like, as you're walking up to it. And other than some, remind me, what languages do you speak again?
Let me.
I'm assuming you probably don't speak what this is, but
Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Goblin.
yeah, so you wouldn't. I mean, I guess you can read some of it. Most of it is nonsense. It's definitely written in Elven script, but you have no freaking idea what it says.
Yeah.
The stuff that you can read seems to be written in Goblin. It's kind of a weird dialect of Goblin, but it's definitely Goblin. And seems to be talking about creation and the mother and gifts. It's mostly kind of nonsense because the person writing it was
Crazy.
either insane or seriously under cult ideals. So it's kind of out there.
Insane
'Cause-
or seriously cult ideals. That's the same thing, Mitchell.
Yeah, but it seems to speak about at least the main points that it hits are gifts, life, sacrifices, despair, and growth are kind of the main ideals that's going through. At least that you can piece together from looking at the insane ramblings.
All right. Well, that's kooky. Continue.
All right. So, beyond this last one, you see the other side and of both the lake and the room itself, as there is a very tight passage that leads off towards the west, continuing on the main path you've been heading, as well as, of course, this keeps going around, and you think you see another entranceway kind of set into the southern wall. This one being, like, actually, well, fairly large. It's about 10 feet wide, so.
I will inform the party about both of these when I get back.
Okay.
And I will then start going back.
Yeah, you make it
It's
back without
completing
issue.
full circle.
So.
It's all come full circle.
So you make it back. Oyeka's probably got half her armor off at this point.
Yeah. So we got exit to the south, tunnel to the west, and some weird fucking riding in an alcove to the north.
Wait, could you say what was to the north again?
It was like an enclave thing. Alcove.
Gotcha.
I don't fucking know. And it had cult riding.
Enclave.
Sure.
So are you guys just waiting for Oyeka to finish doffing armor and
Yeah,
going to see what happens in the lake?
I think so.
Yeah.
At least I'm not
Alright.
feeling like venturing off alone too far.
So minute and a half later, Oyeka, you are now armorless. You can swim
Great.
without it being a problem.
I will swim towards where I saw at least the first island.
Okay. I mean, the water is like completely clear almost. Well, clear. It's not. Oh, not rough. So I'm not even gonna have you roll. It's just you can swim well enough, I'm sure.
I will be testing sort of as I get further if I can sort of, without
With
putting my head
athletics, you're
underwater,
fine.
if I can put the like if I can touch the bottom anywhere.
For about the first 5 feet, there seems like you can't see it from the shore, but you can feel it once you jump in. There is a ledge that the water's only about like a foot and a half, maybe. It doesn't even go up to your knees. After that 5 feet, though, it immediately suffers a drop.
To the point where like I can't even feel the bottom without going underwater.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's a. I'm trying to think. You know the pools where it just goes from all of a sudden you're from the kiddie section into there's the
Yeah.
adult section. Yeah, it's that, but instead of the slope, it's just nothing.
Yeah. Like a even more aggressive version of those, like that spot on the beach where it's just like, yeah, I've had enough.
So, yep, it kind of surprises you at first, but you catch yourself and swim back up, or
Yes,
get
wow.
yourself going before you go there.
Yep.
So
Swim out towards the island.
Yep. How are you lighting things, by the way?
Oh, on the way there, I don't have anything lit. I'm just making sure that I have torches in a place that's staying dry.
Okay. Since you have to carry a torch, I am going to request you roll to make sure you don't. You won't drown. It's more to see if the torch gets wet.
Yep.
So,
And what
yeah,
would
go
you
ahead
want
and
me to
roll athletics.
Ah.
Yeah, you're fine. You're pretty used to it at this point, I'm sure. So you can keep the
Sweet.
torch above water without it getting damp at all.
Mhm.
So, I mean, it's a pretty long swim. It's like a little over 60 feet because the people with dark vision can just barely see the island. So it takes you a few rounds to get out there, but you do make it out there.
Yep. And once I get to the island, I will climb up.
Yep, you can climb up. And now that you're close, you see the statue seems to have a similar feature to the altar, with a vaguely feminine face. And I mean, it doesn't really look like a woman to you anyway. She's kind of hunched up and a little bit gangly, with hair that seems to just kind of not even like it's not wet hair. It's almost like the hair is water itself. Like it's just dripping down her head. But I mean, her face is pretty enough, at least for a young woman's face on the body of like a gnarled hag.
And how big is the statue? Just like me size, kind of.
I mean, even leaning over, it's about 8 feet tall. You'd say.
Are its eyes in poking range?
I mean, if you climb it a little bit,
Yeah.
or
Right,
if you try and like poke it with a torch.
I'll clamber up a little bit and try to poke at its eyes, see if either of them are buttons.
Yep. You clamber up, and you see that the eyes are, well, first, not buttons, or at least you can't put enough force in to make them move. And they seem to be gemstones of a similar shape.
Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah. And now that you're like kind of close, at least those with dark vision can see the other statue. It seems to be a different figure. This one definitely not of a woman, even though you can't, like, it's very damaged. His head's been bashed off from the looks of things. In fact, it seems to have been like someone's almost like smashed it with a hammer several times from the looks of it. Like the head's been removed and there's a bunch of dents and cracks all over it. Yep. The voice at this point, once again, this time, of course, much louder because you're very close to it, issues forth. Help me. Please, in the water, help me.
I'll look into the water.
You can see a faint blue glow at the very bottom. seem to be very far.
Hmm.
Like, at least at your estimate, based on how bright the light is,
Is this?
probably like a good 90 feet down.
Do we all hear this too?
Quietly, yeah.
What do you exactly need help with?
Help me. I'm trapped. It's
Can
wet.
you be more specific?
I can't see. It's too dark.
Well, yeah, that's a problem I have too.
It'd be so good if Mo had
It's
light.
too dark.
So
Yeah,
you
same,
can
bro.
bring
I'll
the
cheers
light
to that. Cheers, bro. I'll drink to that.
Do you have Look, I can't breathe underwater. Do you have any sort of help for me that I could help you with?
Hmm. It doesn't
Also,
say
what-
anything for a
Also,
moment,
what are you?
and then it tells you. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of how it would phrase this.
Yep, all good.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess it'll tell you the sea provides. Go ahead.
You know, I'm a trusting person, but I'm gonna incite that one.
I'm a trusting person, but
It's
something about
not, by the way,
what
go
it
ahead is
is.
not it. Yeah, you can definitely tell it's not a direction, not come down.
But does it seem genuine enough with the sea provides and all that jazz?
I mean, it seems to believe it anyway.
I'll sort of call back to the shore. Thoughts? I guess.
We could try tying rope to you. Something
pretty
go
far down.
bad. We can pull you up.
How good are you at swimming?
I'm a great swimmer, actually. I'm really good at it.
How good are you at holding your breath?
I'm good at that too.
Yeah, well,
I'm perfect
Goes to swimming
actually,
well.
so
how good are you at not being a condescending bitch?
How
Oh,
long
I'm
can
great,
you? So how
idiot.
long can you hold your breath in D&D? I don't remember the.
It's 1 minute. It's 1 plus, I believe, your con mod in minutes. Minimum of 1. So,
Okay. So like, since I have +2, it'd be 3 minutes.
yes. I believe that's
I'll
accurate.
show the sort of thing for a second.
It is pretty high in 5e, I know.
Yes, it is very high.
Yeah, it used to be a
In
lot.
5e, you like can't drown unless it's one of the special things where it's like, you get 3 rounds, no more.
Yeah.
Well, it's like that's held breath if you like were ready for it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And like,
that's
if you're not ready
also
for it, it's like a
where
number
you
of rounds
can, in
equal
fact,
to 1
hold
plus
your
your con
breath.
mod. Yes.
Where not like you've
And
been
if you
choked
make
the
it a con
fuck out.
modifier, you can only hold your breath for 30 seconds. Jeez.
Like, I can do longer than that in real life. Like, come on. D&D characters one weakness.
Yeah, it's 1 plus con mod.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Having
cool sort of
player
thing
that
for.
pick freaking con as their dump stat. Because they
I'll-
want to die.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna try to help. If I'm down there for 2 minutes, either I'm dead, dying, or it's taking longer than expected.
If you're down there for 2 minutes and you can hold your breath for 3, this math does not look good for you. Especially if you've gone straight down for 2 minutes.
Well, presumably, it's
Should
only
I?
90 feet. I mean, how long would it take me to go 90 feet down based on
How much
My
would 90
assumption.
feet of pressure
4
hurt?
rounds.
4 rounds?
Yeah.
That's like nothing.
90 feet of pressure? 90 feet of pressure wouldn't hurt at all, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's not
Have
bad.
you guys ever
It might
been in a
make your
swimming
ears
pool?
pop. Yeah, it might make your ears pop. But that's it.
Like, go to the bottom of the
but-
deep end of a swimming pool, your ears hurt.
Yeah, okay, Lumpy. Here's
A
the thing.
Yeah, sure,
noticeable
your
amount.
ears hurt, but I was talking about like
Something kill you.
actual physical damage to the human
Yes.
body.
Oh.
Like, it's not going to make your organs implode.
It would not be pleasant 90 feet
No.
down at all, but
I was
Yeah.
thinking about like permanent damage you suffer. I don't think 90 feet can really do a whole lot to you because you can go like, and not snorkeling, but like the shit scuba diving for like about that deep would be fine.
look, the reason I say 2 minutes is because it takes me about, well, based on like, probably half a minute
We'll-
to get down there,
We'll
half
say
a minute
half
to
a
get
minute
back.
just for the sake of making it easy.
So I don't want to be trapped down there for 3 minutes and then be out of breath when I have help coming.
And keep in mind,
Apparently,
you can't see through the water very well, so that blue glow, it's your estimate. It might be 90 feet. That's what you
Yeah.
think it is.
According
might
to
be
the
much
according to the
fine.
Professional Association of Diving Instructors, a dive which
Splash.
exceeds 60 feet is considered a deep dive, which risks negative impact to tissue.
Negative tissue. Fuck. man.
Negative physical effects associated with lack of oxygen and water pressure.
I mean,
Yeah, well, I'm bringing
most
oxygen
people
with me,
also
so I'll
can't
be
breathe
okay.
or can't hold their breath for 3 minutes. So I think we can throw that out a little bit because
But yeah, Oyeka
D&D's
will.
rules
die.
are a little different. All right.
Go for it. Yeah.
So-
It goes down 90 feet, or lungs collapse.
Anyways,
I'm
as
not
soon as
gonna
she
have to
breaks
roll.
60, pressure gets to her. It's fun.
Hit 60, dead.
So
It's
yeah,
actually
the
crazy
first,
though. We're going for this, and this is like 3 times as deep as the deep ocean.
Yeah, damn.
That's true.
So just
What
you know,
are-
before we get in there, if she's down for 2 minutes, someone's supposed to go help her
Should I
Who
be
is going to
doffing
go
my
help her?
armor or something?
because I can't swim very well and I can't hold my breath for very long.
I was wondering what are the rest of you guys doing?
Yeah, this is great.
Mo just
Alright,
looks at you, noodle arms.
You hold on while we take off his armor so he can come save you. Not
I'd
Mo,
already
the other
jumped in.
one.
Yeah, it's a little late for yelling
Well,
that.
shit. How well can you swim with your armor on?
I think his armor's even heavier than mine.
Yeah, it would definitely be disadvantage.
All right,
I
I'm
burrow
going to start
through the
taking
water?
off
I mean,
my
for the going down, it's actually fine.
It's great. It's actually
It's
optimal
just
for
for
going
getting back up that's going to be hard.
I'm going to start taking all my heavy equipment off and dropping it to the ground then real fast.
Mo is just
I
gonna
mean,
look
I'll say if
helpless.
both of you guys help him doff it, I'll give you 2 minutes is how long it'll take to get off.
I'll help.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
Granted, I
Yeah.
probably
I don't know how to
struggle
remember
I'm going
undoing
to say
heavy
straps,
I'm
armor,
but
saying
but,
that it's going to be hard to get back on because you guys are basically like,
tearing
you
it
know,
off.
going through straps and like yanking to try and get it off in time. Because
Let's-
you're not really taking it off like the normal way. You're taking it off the oh shit, we need to get this off now way.
I mean, I'll give Lumpy the option. Do you want to do that, or do you want me to drop all my heavy shit and attempt? Should the event come to pass?
Huh?
While you guys are making this decision,
Drop your heavy shit?
Yeah, like
yeah,
my
go.
gun and
You swim
sword.
downward. For the first 30 feet or so, I'm not going to have you roll. It's just swimming down. You've done it enough
I
times.
feel like if my armor is
The
on,
water,
I'll get
other
to
than
Jake
being
faster.
black, is,
No,
you know, it's fine.
I mean yes, but no.
After that point, though, the water starts not wanting you to come down or something because it gets harder. Could you go
Okay.
ahead and roll me an
All right, maybe
athletics?
yes, maybe you're right.
All right, yeah. So it does feel like it's like either something is telling your freaking body to flee, or the water is like pushing against you. But you keep going. You make it another 15 feet, and then another 15 feet, making it from the looks of things, more than halfway from what you can tell. At that point, however, the water is now going to push even harder.
New athletics check.
Nice. All right. Yep. So you
I will
force your
also
way
push
through
slightly
regardless,
harder.
and you make it to the bottom and find what looks like some sort of coffin or maybe a door.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm in here.
Yep.
Come on in.
You know, if
Yeah.
there's air on the other side of that door, or really if there's anything on the other side of this door, this is gonna be
Yep.
very hard to fucking open.
So, yep, 5 rounds. So you have another 2.5 minutes of breath left.
And is the
What are
water
you
not
doing?
pushing me away from the door at this point? Because like I broke past like a barrier or something.
Seems to, yeah. You're just allowed to be at the bottom now near the glowing blue, which you know that you're like next to it seems to be glowing out of a large bluish stone.
I
This
guess
one
I'll
is
knock on
not.
the door.
Yeah, this one is very obviously not aquamarine. It's just some sort of maybe a sapphire or something along those lines.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Is,
it's
this,
about
is
as
it
big.
embedded in anything?
Yeah, it's embedded into the door itself.
Okay, I'll knock on the door.
All right. So it's slow motion. So you knock on the door. Nothing seems to happen. No voice issues forth or whatever. There doesn't seem to be a handle on it, by the way. It's just basically a stone slab.
No, it must be a push door. I'll try to push it open.
All right. I'm going to say knocking does take an action, by the way.
Well,
'cause
yeah, of
it's
course.
slow.
That's what I figured.
So, go ahead and roll in. I'm just gonna say this is just a strength. not
That's fine.
athletics. Yep.
Man, it's just raw strength, nothing athletic
Mhm.
about it.
Yep.
Eh.
So, yeah, you freaking push on that door, and it just does not move.
Does it feel like it's because it's just like there's nothing behind it, or because like I just wasn't pushing it hard enough?
I mean, it's hard to tell. It's
Okay.
like, yeah, it's like if you go and you like push on something big and it doesn't move at all. You're not sure if it's because you didn't put enough oomph into it or because it's bolted.
Well, she's not sure, so she'll wait before trying again.
Yeah. At that point, however, something does happen.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Well-
guys are going with the rip Johnny's armor off plan, or
Oh yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
Sir.
Nice
Guys,
I'm a dipshit.
Yeah, this is like one level before you're starting to like cut the things to get it off.
He's weak.
Yeah,
Get him.
I'm just grabbing and planting foot and then pulling.
Yeah.
Just rip off all the plate.
So out of the stone seems like many like blue. You wouldn't quite call them tentacles, but they're not quite arms either.
Jesus.
They're kind of like a mix of the two kinds of limbs. But they reach up to grab you. Could you make me a dex save with disadvantage? You know what? Actually, roll me athletics first, and then I'll have you do the dex save.
Ooh, okay. Regular athletics?
Yeah, regular athletics.
Ooh, there's a disadvantage coming in
It's-
hot.
Yeah, disadvantage dex save.
Sorry, I was saving the good rolls for this. That's actually kind of true. That wasn't that bad.
Yeah. In this
But
case,
it is in the water. It's hard to maneuver.
I mean, a 13 is thankfully good enough to dodge away from them. And once you move away from the door stone slab thing, the arm seemed to melt back into whatever it was.
Oh, from a good distance away. I
I
did
mean,
bring
you're
my sword
like
with
10
me.
feet back.
I mean, I've got some reach with the sword. I will stay a good distance away and sort of poke the stone itself, like the glowing thing, with my katana.
Okay. I mean, you poke it.
Like I
By the
want
way, a
to
minute
push
passed at
into
this
it
point.
a little bit.
Sure. Go ahead and make another strength save or strength check to try and
Sure.
push it. Like, are you trying to knock it off, or
Just starting with raw push. I might try to pry it out after.
okay. Yeah, because it is embedded. So
Yeah, so just raw push to start.
yeah, you can't get enough force in the water to get anything going. Like, you don't even hear the blade go ting in the water.
Yeah.
You don't, like, you kind of just fumble it and miss a little bit, like pushing just above the stone. You misjudged how the forces would be pushing you around, as the water now is kind of pushing a little more against you. It's
Have
not
I
forcing
heard-
you upward, but
Have I heard the voice at all since coming into here?
no.
I will try to pry it.
All right. That I'm going to give you athletics for. Very nice. All right. You can pry out the stone.
Great. Does it seem to have any effect on the door?
I mean, the door doesn't have a stone anymore. The stone's still glowing, though.
Well, great. I guess I'll go swim down because it's like presumably it's just sort of pried out, but still like kind of sitting where it was.
Yeah, it's like sitting on the top of that. So.
I guess I'll swim down and sort of grab it out of there.
Yep,
I will
you
put
snatch it up.
my sword away first, of course.
So, by the way, a minute and a half has passed.
Mhm.
So you're getting close to your 2-minute counter.
Well, with the stone in my hands, I will sort of just start going back up. I'll like propel myself off the door.
Okay. By the way, the stone, it's hard to tell because even though it's glowing, it's very, very dark around everything else, and it kind of like pulses rather than having a steady glow. But the stone is definitely, it's an ovular shaped stone. It is not entirely that way, though. Like, just holding it, you can feel that it's shaped differently on one side than the other.
Okay.
So you pulled out, like, you could see the kind of smooth side, and it feels like
Yeah.
there's a rougher side on the other one.
Mhm.
So you start swimming up, and this time the water decides it doesn't want you to leave, apparently, as it's going to push back in.
Hmm.
So
Okay, so that's
gonna have a athletics check for that.
Sure.
And unfortunately, this time, after you're, well, now that you're carrying the stone, and of course swimming upward. Swimming upward's not that much harder. In fact, it's a little easier. But regardless, the force of it pushes you back down. You don't make it anywhere.
Swimming upward is harder when you have something trying to push you down. I guess I'll sort of swim back down.
Yep.
Try to get another good start.
Yep.
Like pushing off the ground itself.
All right, yeah, you can push off the ground.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, it unfortunately doesn't give you advantage, but it's a good idea.
Well, yeah, but it definitely helps me get going before I hit the barrier.
Yep. So I'll give you an extra 5 feet because that's actually a good idea. So yeah, go ahead and if you make the athletics save or athletics check. Of
Yep.
course. So go ahead.
Yeah.
There you go. So yeah, with that push, you get 20 feet away, and immediately the pressure seems to weaken. But it is still pushing.
Mhm.
So
Keep trying.
yep. Do you want to keep going?
Yeah, I
Another
do.
roll. Nice. All right. And at that point, yeah, you get out of the area of the effect. And are able to swim up to the top by 2 minutes.
I will sort of use the light. I mean,
Well,
I'm assuming the
it's a
stone's
little bit over, but you have no chance of drowning. So, yeah, so you make it back up to the surface.
when 2 minutes hit, we throw Johnny, and him and Oyeko hit heads on the way down, knock each other out,
Collide.
just start sinking.
Well, Johnny has his armor off now. It's lying
been 2
scattered
minutes?
in pieces on the floor. But it's off.
I
And
made
then
it.
Oyeko gets back up.
Yeah.
Right, so we're
Yeah,
putting
you
it
guys
back
hear
on.
the Oyeko break the surface with a gasp of air.
Hey, well,
The stone, by the way, since you've made it past the halfway point, has stopped glowing at all. It's just
Really?
kind of blue stone now. Well, it's
Well,
probably blue.
I guess I'll go back to the island I started from.
Yep.
I would have left a torch up there, by the way, so I could see it.
Yeah, I figured you left it up there.
Yeah.
So, yep, you are able to climb up onto the island, and the stone is definitely blue. It seems to be a
Alright.
massive sapphire.
start
The, side
recollecting
of
all
it
his
isn't
fucking
smooth.
armor.
Yeah. As you flip it around to look at that side, you see that it has a face similar to the one on that statue. Though the face, rather than being kind of a serene, with its eyes closed and whatnot, its eyes are wide open and face twisted into a snarl.
Sorry. Did that help?
The voice just kind of once again
Jake just
sounds
missed
even a
the,
little bit weaker this time. Help me.
Jake missed the genuinely drowning human child to grab this weird fucking jewel.
Oyeka will just throw her hands up. What do you need help? Where are you down there? I even got this stone.
It's dark. I can't see.
Well, yeah, now you can. I got this thing is glowing down there.
I took your nightlight. It's mine now.
Get fucked, dumbass. All right,
So
let's
what-
go, boys.
What the hell do you mean the sea provides? I couldn't breathe down there at all.
Go ahead.
No, stop being cryptic.
I mean, it doesn't give you anything else at that point. It lapses into silence.
So we came here to
The robbed tomb at the bottom of a thing.
I guess. No, but for real,
Hey.
we're supposed to be
Doesn't
like
really sort out the ghost though.
That's the thing. This is like
I just need to be reminded on why we're actually here.
We're here
You're
to
here to
exercise
clean
a
out
ghost.
a
Ah,
haunted
okay,
house.
alright.
yeah, and the problem is if this thing is still here, it's not exactly cleaned out.
Yep.
Also, maybe it genuinely needs help. These two things both go to Oyeko going, maybe going back down is the right move. But then there's the other one where this is definitely some magical bullshit, and she is not about that. It's just which one is stronger here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She'll
And
sort
by
of
the way,
set-
with a grinding of stone, the statue. Well, the statue makes a note, the sound of grinding stone.
The one next to
And
me.
yeah, the big one. And then the statue matches the face on that blue stone you picked up. Its face twisted into a scowl and eyes wide open. They seem to be staring at you.
Hi. Was I not supposed to take this? And I'll sort of hold it up.
Unsurprisingly, I'm sure the statue doesn't respond.
What do you guys think?
Well,
About?
you fancy going down there again?
I mean, it's kind of a pain in the ass, but
Maybe this time we take rope. Facilitate
Come on, you guys are
ease
like
of
yelling
pulling
this
you
across a 60.
I can't
70 foot
do
distance.
yelling.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
just reminding you guys where you're standing.
Try, Theo, try.
Facilitate.
Sounds like Mo's dying when you start talking.
oh my god, he's dying. Someone help him.
Like my voice doesn't go higher than this.
I think I'm gonna leave the stone up. Actually, do you guys want it? You want to look at it?
I always
I
like
don't see how it
shiny
could hurt.
things.
All right, I'm gonna toss it to you. Make sure you catch it.
Mo steps
As a
back.
reminder,
On
it's
second
70
thought,
feet.
I'm gonna
Are you
stick
sure?
to a
Toss it.
catcher stance.
How heavy is this thing actually?
I mean, it's bigger than your like forearm in length and like probably twice the size of your hand. So
All right, maybe we won't toss it.
It's like
Yeah,
a base.
it's
it's a little bigger than a baseball.
Throwing fucking
Yeah,
shot put out here.
Yeah, pretty
Chris.
much. Yeah.
Actually trying to shut.
I mean, you might be able to get it there, but
Hand.
you know, if you don't make it to the edge there, it's gone.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to
Yeah.
go all the way back down to get it again, and it might not light up when it hits the ground.
I will quickly swim it over to the shore.
It's easy enough to do.
Yeah, and then I will hand it over, then go back out to the island.
Right. Hand you a piece of rope.
Is this
and then I'll
connected to
tie
it?
a second piece of
Yeah.
rope so it
actually reaches.
Yes, and then get a third piece of rope and tie that as well.
Just in case
So
you
he
do
can
any
also
like
go
fancy
downward.
maneuvers.
Yeah.
I'll sort of swim with it out back to the island.
Yep.
And once there, I'll just sort of tie it around my waist.
Are you like walking around the statue so you can use it as an anchor, or just wait? Because otherwise they'll have to yank you up through the thing towards the shoreline, which is a much further way to go than.
Yeah, I'll use the statue as an anchor as long as I can get enough rope that I can still get to the bottom
Yeah, that's what
after
we had
anchoring.
third.
Yeah, with three 50-foot ropes you can do that.
Mhm.
Because it's 70 feet out. Huh? No, actually.
We
That'd
have
be only 80
four.
feet down.
With
So-
four
Yeah,
50-foot ropes.
You have some rope as well.
Yeah, with 200
Throw
feet.
on the
you can
fourth.
get to the bottom.
Yeah, I do
That's
have
right.
some rope as well.
Wait, are ropes?
Is the statue still looking at me, by the way, or is it looking at the shore now?
I mean, the statues are like staring at each other, so. But while you're standing anywhere in front of it, the eyes seem to follow you.
Sus. Whatever. Alright, I'm gonna go back down. Hey, how many times should I yank to want to come back up?
3.
3? Okay. But what does 1 yank and 2 yanks mean?
Nothing.
Okay.
Unless you
Oh.
want them to mean something.
No, that seems unnecessary.
1 yank and 2
Splash.
yank means something. Okay.
One yank
So,
means high.
yeah.
I'll try to
Sure.
go back
Well,
down.
yeah, while the water was completely like calm when you were on just standing on the thing, the moment your feet touch it, it immediately erupts in a, it becomes very, very rough. So you're going to have to roll now regardless.
Okay. I am just trying to get back down to where I was before.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, go ahead and roll for the first stretch. I'm going to
Yep.
say. Yeah. So I mean, water's rough, but you've swum in freaking rougher waters than this. So you go down
I
and
want to swim
reach
across
the.
all 7 of the seas.
At the same
It's
time.
really only like 3. Anyway,
One go.
I mean there are 3. There's the the inner sea, and then the northern and southern outer seas. Anyway. So yeah, you go down and reach the like point where the water first started to resist you, and it seems to be stronger now, and you like feel like the water actually is actively disliking you now. Like it
I
was
didn't
kind
do
of like
anything
trying to
wrong.
push you back, but now it has it out for you.
Yeah, well, you know what? Fuck
Like it's
you,
not.
water.
Yeah, it's not a wow. This water is really rough. It must hate me. No, you can literally feel the water like giving off hostile.
Trying to claw its way into your lungs.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'll try to power
So
through it.
either something is controlling it, or freaking whatever magical effect is controlling it just got worse.
Mhm.
But yeah, you can continue trying to force your way through. So go ahead, another check. All right. You continue forcing your way down, but this time it was much harder than the last time. And you do make it through that stretch, but it does take you some extra time.
Mhm.
Because you just barely make it through that. And now you're at the bottom, and the water is actually going to start like actively buffeting you. Guess make a strength save. That makes the most sense for resisting water trying to damage you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So it pushes in, but you're able to force it back without it harming you. Like, and then final athletics to get to the bottom.
This is the bad one. It's not terrible.
Yeah. I mean, it is not that
It's
bad
not
a roll,
terrible,
but it's
but
not
it's
enough to
scary
get
water.
through. Yeah. So you make a tiny bit of progress, but once again, the water is going to attempt to buffet you.
Strength save again.
Yep.
That's gonna hurt.
And yeah, 14 isn't quite enough. The water pushes in at you and almost punches you for 8 damage.
Yo, wait, did you just get fucking punched by water?
Yeah.
Yeah. I will again try to push through.
All right. Go ahead. There you go. All right. Once again, it is just barely, but you do make it to the bottom, and the whatever force was controlling it once again backs off.
So that's not like even punching me anymore.
Nope. You can still kind of feel like the rope kind of vibrating above you as the
Rope's
water kind of buffets it, but
I hope that doesn't rip.
If it rips, it'll be very funny.
By the way, it took you about a minute to get to the bottom this time,
Mhm.
as the water was significantly harder to swim through.
I guess
So-
I'll sort of try to feel for like, because I can't. I'm presuming that there's no light
Mhm.
source left down here.
It's
I'll try to
back.
feel
Could you
for,
go
like-
ahead and roll me a perception to check if you're actually even in the right spot?
Sure.
It's a good thing. You're only a couple steps away, so you find your way back to the door.
I guess I will once again try to push with everything I've got against it.
All right, go ahead.
Just raw strength again.
Just raw strength again.
Yeah, that's all right though. We're rolling a natural 2. No, actually.
Nah, there you go. All right, so with a great heave, you ram into it, and this time it actually moves. Just a little, but it moves. And unfortunately, at that point, well, not the tentacles this time, or the tentacly limbs, but this time just a pair. Two arms, seemingly small, like a child's limbs, just reach up and attempt to grab you.
Hmm. What do I need to roll for this one? Dex save.
What's your AC without Dex?
Without Dex, my AC is 10 because I'm wearing no armor.
Yeah. Luckily for you, I'm pretty sure that's a miss.
I would, generally I'd expect that, but maybe it's got a +8. If it has a +8, that's iconic, actually.
Yep. I mean, I guess you aren't expecting it, so it probably should have.
It definitely would have advantage, actually. I'm not expecting it, plus I'm in water, and
Yeah.
I can't really see.
Wow. Okay.
Iconic.
Well, luckily for you, you notice the hands like just in time to back off as they just like swing by your nose just barely.
I'm calling
Like
it now.
it's
got
inches
+5.
away.
It also
Like
wasn't expecting it.
Does anything else happen? Or
I mean, you see some sort of face pop out of the thing, which is going to force you to make a wisdom save.
that's good. Not great.
Oof. All right. So the face that comes out of the door, I mean, it kind of looks like a human face, except it's like one of its eyes is absolutely massive, and it looks like it's been like drowned several times. Hair is wet and ragged, and yeah, the face looks like it's kind of crawling with maggots. It's not great. In fact, it's so not great that yeah, you definitely lose your cool and attempt to flee.
That's okay. You know what? That's what we were gonna do anyway.
Yeah.
The real question is, do I lose my cool enough that it makes me sort of forget to yank on the rope?
The question is, do you lose your cool enough? If that is the case, do you lose your cool enough to where you start fucking jerking around and it yanks the rope enough anyways?
You notice a sudden lack of tension in our
Considering-
rope.
I'm considering either making you make a save or just having you see if you remember or not. You know what? I'm just gonna have you just pick a number, or pick a number, even or odd.
Oh, odd for sure.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna say pick a number.
Unfortunately, you don't remember to grab
All
the
good.
rope. You just
We're
pulled.
we're just trying to swim away.
So, go ahead and make that athletics check to try and freaking swim away.
I'm assuming it's just as like extra angry as before.
Yep. Nice. Well, apparently your fear
Fear
freaking
drives you
comes and
mad.
says, "Frick that magic!" and freaking you push through it like a, well, very well. So it doesn't. You
Fuck
don't
magic,
even get
fuck
buffeted.
magic.
Yeah.
Fucking magic. I hate magic. Magic is bullshit. Fuck.
Yep. Could you go ahead and make me another wisdom save, by the way?
Yeah, sure.
See if you shake off the fear. There you go. So, at least the effect wears off. Do you want to turn around or look down or continue fleeing?
look down for sure.
All right, it's still following you. At this point, it is entirely come out of the coffin, and yeah, it seems to be the body of a young boy, except, well, it has tentacles for legs, and yeah, its head is kind of, well, deformed, and it's definitely following you.
The question is, I think even after shaking the effect, would I even remember to yank the rope since I already hadn't? I would probably think not.
I'm gonna leave that up to you, if you would remember or not. I'm not gonna make that decision for you.
Again, odds. All right, yeah, yank, yank, yank.
Start
And I will
pulling.
continue. I'll continue to try to swim away.
All right. So, you guys feel the yank. Are you going to?
Yes.
No.
Oh, cut the rope.
Yeah, between the three of you, it's pretty easy to pull
I
Oyeko.
hear the yank, I take out the gun, I shoot the rope. Fuck
yeah,
this bitch.
One more athletics
I've
check.
been waiting for this a long time.
Oh yeah.
We just
Okay.
begin shooting into the
So-
water.
You make it through the next section in very quick. Well, yeah. Basically, you just pile through with the force of your own swimming and, of course, them yanking on you. However, the spirit is, unsurprisingly, I'm sure, faster than you.
That doesn't surprise me at all, shockingly enough.
Yeah. And this time it is going to touch you.
That hits easily.
Yeah. And with cold fingers that make you feel like you're drowning, even though you still got definitely breath left, it drains some of your life.
Ow.
That's how much con damage you take.
Charge.
No, it's not con damage. But it definitely leaves a blackened mark on you before you are able to continue moving away. I'm gonna say one more athletics. It is still hard, but it's gonna be ridiculously easy. Basically only on a nat 1, I think, you'd fail.
Observe! Oh, never mind.
There you go. So yeah, you're able to claw your way back up onto the statue plinth again, our little island. And it seems that the ghost does not follow you.
Alright, boys, continue pulling.
I mean, you can see Oyeko on the island.
Fucking tracker in the water.
There's a problem.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I'm barely. You guys are blurry. I can't really go back in the water. She'll just keep looking over the edge, like into the water.
I mean, I'll look into the water. Do I see anything?
I mean, you see a lot of dark water.
Why can't we go into the water?
Here, look. Where did it exactly, blackenate me?
I'm gonna say it probably touched one of your legs, since that makes the most sense if it's chasing you. So
I'll sort of show.
it looks like a blackened boil.
Mm.
Yep. By the way, Oyeko, while you're standing on the island, it seems like you missed something on the statue while you're standing right next to it. There's a little piece of writing that seemingly either you didn't notice or it just appeared. And written in a craggy script that looks like someone carved it basically with a chisel rather than with a pen. It says, "Those who dive alone shall die. Those
that
who
one.
dive with life shall live."
Well, I proved that wrong twice, actually, but... Hey, Now there's writing on the statue that I swear wasn't here before.
Sure.
I'm not really sure. It says if you dive alone, you'll die, and if you dive with life, you'll live.
Yeah. By the way, the statue's face seems to have changed once again to now a like malicious grin.
And I'll sort of say out to the water, "Hey, I think I helped you. I I don't think I should have."
Help me.
Is there any response?
No, there's no
Quote
response.
the bad boy here. Something about that's off. Maybe we should be careful.
I was careful. That's why I got away.
That's fair. I'll give you that one.
I won't.
He won't.
That magical fear, by the way, will leave a mark on your bravery.
Yeah. How much? 45.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it knocks you down to 45. Those numbers will change at some point. I'm still getting it knocked out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Well, I think I'm kind of
Speaking of
stuck here,
the,
to be honest.
the fuck off on your leg. You all right? You good? How you feeling?
To be honest, I she'll squint. You guys are blurry. I'm a little dizzy. I can barely stand.
All right. What the writing? Did you tell us what the writing said?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
those who dive alone shall die. Those who dive with life shall live. That's what the writing said.
I'm going to attempt to put my foot into the water.
All right. You
See if
put your
anything
foot in the
happens.
water. It's cold, but otherwise it doesn't do anything.
Immediately yanked down.
Would that be some shit? Huh?
All this powder's wet.
No.
My God, no!
God, if my powder
You
wet,
bastards!
Powder wet.
powder wet.
That's like the only line of theirs I remember.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's
the only
burned
important one.
into my head.
It's because it's the one that all of them say it. Every single fucking like unit they have will go powder wet.
All right, I need to go to the bathroom, so I'm going to go do that, and you guys can discuss what you want to do.
I'm thinking maybe we have someone get in the water and then have Oyeko come across, since it says that you need 2 people.
I'm in.
I was thinking, but that seems really risky. I wouldn't want you guys to have to risk yourselves like that.
That's fine.
I don't think you understand.
What did you see down there?
I think it's less what I saw and more what I let out.
I worriedly look at my party.
What did you let out?
Let out, eh?
Some like demon thing that drowned like 10 times over, had tentacles for legs, and was a small boy otherwise.
Hey Johnny, maybe you start putting your armor back on.
That might be a good idea. Yeah.
All it did was touch me, and it like I barely survived it, to be honest.
Well, when we get you back over here, I'll give you some nice poultice.
This has not been a great basement to explore.
No, it's been rather unfortunate overall, if I'm honest. Of all the basements I've ever explored that have had ghosts in them, this is bottom 5 at least.
My own fault, to be honest. I mean, I knew that thing was kind of magical. I still used it, helped it. I don't really know what I did.
Yeah, everyone makes mistakes.
It's just sort of, our job to help this, and it said it needed help, so maybe it actually did. I don't know. I thought maybe it was something trapped by magic.
It's our job to help, and it's our job to get rid of it.
I am back.
Sometimes helping gets rid of it.
I'm
Sounds
guessing,
like you
Oyeko, you swum
found-
back to shore at this point.
Oh no, I absolutely not.
We've been
You
asking
guys are just
Oyeko what
yelling
happened.
across the distance.
Oh yeah, well I don't know if the thingy's still in the fucking water.
I'm going to
Yeah.
put my gun and gunpowder on shore, and I'm going to get more into the water and then tell Yucca to swim across. I would have my sword with me, and I'm going to be ready with it in case something bad happens.
I
Yeah.
will then
And as a reminder, there's like a shelf that you can crawl out into the water that's like a foot and a half deep, and then the rest, which is a cliff. So
I will swim back at that point.
okay, yep, you swim back without issue.
Yeah, I will have
Nothing.
untied the rope from the anchor, by the way, so we can get it all back together.
Yep. So as a reminder, there is more to this place.
Oh yeah.
I know. Speaking of knowing, oh Yucca, you bitch, come here.
Yeah.
Let me double check. This does 2d6 at this point. 26 for every 2 ranger levels rounded up. Yep. Perfectly average.
Yummy.
And I've only got one of these left.
No,
How wounded are
fine.
you?
I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
I mean, I'm not saying I only have one of these left out loud. I'm thinking that to myself. I'll ask, how wounded are you?
I'm fine.
Does Yucca actually appear to be fine?
I mean,
On a scale of 1 to 28, Oyeko looks at about a 17.
About a 17. So that's like barely above bloody. I mean, fuck.
she's a little above bloody.
Actually, it's 21.
Thanks.
So
Also, the water punched me.
All right, you know what? Let's just scoot on past that one.
I mean, I described it as punching. It's it's
Well, that's what
effectively.
that's what it felt like, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how Oyeko will choose to describe it as well.
Yeah.
Do you guys still
I mean,
have
what's
that?
really happening is it's basically like either throwing little rocks at you or.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's like if you're standing in a maelstrom,
Yeah.
it knocks you around.
Do you guys still have that stone I commandeered?
I'm guessing Mosto has it, right?
I was going to trade my gun while I'm thinking about it. From the ground.
I'm gonna sell this once we get back. We can split the money for it.
Hey, you can keep it.
I don't know. I mean, you guys helped.
I didn't help with that part.
So now that you're back all together and a little bit more patched up than you were, where are you headed now?
I want to head to South Door.
I mean, again, they're all just doorways. There's no actual doors, but
Yeah.
Yep. So you guys walk over, jump across the little stream, and move into the little hallway. And it leads about 60 feet or so off the room before opening into a larger room.
We put our armor back on yet?
I mean, did you?
God, you should have.
I would have requested.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys can pause and do that.
Help them get their fucking armor back on.
Agreed.
Put my
Agreed.
armor on someone else.
For Johnny, it's just stapling his armor back together.
Yeah. Trying to
Wanna
undo the fucking
What
claw marks Mo has left in his armor.
You want to trade?
Yeah. How long is it for heavy? It's 5 minutes? Or is it
10
10
Oh,
minutes?
it's 10.
To put it on 5 assisted.
Yeah. So, Oyeko, yeah, you can get it on in 5 minutes because you took it off carefully. Johnny, it takes a little longer because you have to find everything and then put it back to like where it was supposed to be.
God, we're missing a pauldron. Look down into the water. Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no!
Yep.
Well,
So
get that
it
buckle out
takes
of
you
your
about
mouth.
10 minutes with assistance to get it on again.
Hey, quit chewing on that.
So
Is this strap supposed to be cut in half? Because I think I did that.
It's a lot of rawhide. Put it down.
You can't just chew on that. You gotta boil it first.
What is boil?
Do you not understand boiling? Okay, now get out of your mouth. Drop. Bad. Drop
Oh,
it.
might not. I can tell you that most of his kind do understand boiling.
Don't make me get the spritz bottle. I'll do it too.
So, when you guys cross into that area, it opens into at least in comparison to the room with the lake, a much, much smaller room. It's only about 20 feet across, about 30 feet deep or so. And it seems like the wall straight ahead from the doorway, and so I guess that's the southern wall, and the western wall are covered in cells. Some of which still have bones in them. Most of them are empty, though. There's only
Sure,
there's only two that have humanoid bones.
The person that we accepted this job from said this was like a house that burned down, right?
Yes. It appears to have been a house that burned down. That also happened to house a cult.
This is
You ever-
something else.
How much are we getting paid for this again?
It was like 50 something each or something.
50 each is a lot of money, though.
Mm-hmm. It is indeed.
Mm.
Along the eastern wall, by the way, the only one without any not cages. Holy heck! I just said it.
Cells.
Cells. Yeah. There seem to be there's a couple that just have those handheld manacles. A couple of benches. There's a
Oh, wait, there's some manacles?
yeah, the manacles set into the wall, so you have to stand to have your arms in it. Yeah, those.
Damn.
Yeah. So there's one small stretch of those. It's only 3. Next to them is a small shelf, a shelving unit that has a couple of shelves that have. One of them has a bunch of scrolls that all look kind of musty. One has a couple of sets of manacles, though they all look pretty rusty, but maybe still usable. The last one has what look like ritualistic implements, although it's missing knives.
Let me check these scrolls.
So, they all seem to be kind of moldy, but you do find 1 or 2 that are still in at least somewhat readable shape. The first one you yank up seems to have some sort of. How much do you have proficiency in medicine?
No. Only enough.
All right, then. Yeah, you see diagrams of humanoids, but most of the writing is pretty much gibberish.
I have a functional knowledge of medicine, not a proficiency.
Yeah. You recognize some of the words. It's like veins and hearts and lungs and whatnot, but you don't really recognize what it's talking about.
Ah, yes, the lung. You need those to breathe. Yes, the heart. Stab. Die. Fascinating.
Most of it is written in a close, tight-knit writing with diagrams and whatnot. The other one seems to be more of that gibberish writing. Well, at least you'd assume it's written in that language that you can't understand.
I'm not going to take any gibberish. I'm just going to take anything that I can at least begin to understand.
I mean, you understand hearts and lungs.
Yeah.
1 second, I'll be right back.
I mean, yeah, there were only 2 or 3. Well, the third scroll has a similar thing to the first one I described. However, this one seems to have a more in-depth version of something to do with the lungs. You're not sure what, though.
Lung scroll.
Yeah. You have. Wait a minute. You make your own mix with plants, right?
Yeah. My poultice stuff is the herbal thing.
Do you have an herbalist kit? Or do you have proficiency in it, I should say?
No, I don't actually.
All right. I'm gonna let you roll wisdom because of that, because you make your poultices with plants, though. Or I
You
guess
really
wisdom.
fucking do it, me.
Yeah. I mean, your eyes cross over some word, but I mean, it's in the gibberish. It just doesn't stick long enough to, you know, get in your memory and roll around in there.
My knowledge is purely practical.
Mm-hmm. So, what about the other two, Johnny and Mo? Since Jake is gone, so we'll wonder what he's doing in a moment.
Mo was observing.
All right. I mean, you see some rats kind of crawling around, or at least they're probably
Amazingly
rats.
observant for Mo.
Yeah, I'm doing my best to see
Because
if
you're
we don't
hungry.
get snuck up on
All right.
to the extent I can with my lack of dark vision.
I mean, do you have a torch? I'm guessing at the very least.
Yeah, I've got a torch, but that's got a radius of things I can see.
Mm-hmm. How long do torches last? They last like an hour,
Half
right?
an hour.
All right, let me know when to light another one.
Yep. It's not even guttering yet. It's still good. So
Another one. Light another one.
it's probably been, yeah, it's probably been about half an hour or so since you guys have been down here and doffing armor and whatnot. So actually, no, it would have taken longer than that. But regardless, the torch isn't going out yet. So, yeah, if you guys are just standing around, then we have to kind of wait for Jake to come back to see if he wants to do anything more in depth. Unless, of course, Geve is going to go peek around the cells or look at the shelf more, and
I'll look
other
at
than
the
this.
shelf.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
All right.
What would you like to do? Well, you can look at the shelf, but we'll let Oyeko pick what she wants to do in the first check.
What is everyone else doing?
Geve is looking at the scrolls. Johnny is staring back out of the pathway you came in, keeping watch, and Mo is just kind of standing there. So he seems to be looking at her. Sorry, she seems to be looking at the shelf as well.
Are there any like skeletons or anything like that nearby? Because you mentioned there were some in this room.
There are two in two separate cells. Yes.
Okay, I will go check
Yeah,
on
you
one
guys
of the
all hear
skeletons.
the rats run kind of skittering around in the dark.
I just want to see if I can tell if there's anything weird about it or anything like that.
All right. One appears to be human. This one does have like some equipment on. In this case, it seems to actually be either maybe a guard or maybe an adventurer of some sort because he has armor, though the armor is definitely in bad shape. It looks like leather from what remains. The other one seems to be maybe a dwarf, as well. It's short and it still has a little bit of a beard stuck onto its skull. But they both seem to just be kind of lying in their cells. They are definitely both in the back, just kind of like lying with their backs against the back wall. But they don't have anything, of course. Their clothing. The dwarf, by the way, doesn't have any armor. It's just cloth clothing.
I see. Strange.
Yep. Hey, Johnny, what is your passive, by the way?
My passive, what?
Passive perception.
14.
Just because you're keeping watch, so it's good to know.
Yep.
So, yeah, you look at the skeletons. Mo walks over to the thing. What about? Are you guys changing what you're doing? Because Mo has said he's walking over, or she's looking over at the thing.
I mean, how long did it take me to look over the scroll?
So I'm making even more of a point to make sure we don't get snuck up on if Mo's doing other things now.
Yep. I mean, you're
I'm
relying
doing
on
sort of
Mo to keep an eye out.
Yeah.
If I'm told, I'll start keeping an
He
eye
was at
out.
least another pair of eyes.
You mean something to jump?
Yeah. Same thing. Another pair of eyes to jump.
All right.
And I'll investigate for like what I'm doing after that is I'll just sort of look around the cell that had the dude with armor in it.
Okay. They are closed, so you need to check if they're locked first. Let's go with Mo first. Mo, what are you looking at the shelves? Because you can't really see the top one where the scrolls are because it's, too tall. But
Knock them down.
you have something long enough to knock them down? What do you have? A
Uh,
short sword
I
or a
have
rapier?
quarterstaff and a
Oh yeah,
rapier.
quarterstaff long. Yeah, quarterstaff or rapier is long enough. So you're gonna knock down some of the scrolls.
Yeah.
Okay, you knock down some of the scrolls. They fall off the shelf and make a kind of wet thump. A couple of insects crawl away from the scrolls, trying to escape.
I'll eat one of the insects and then take a look at the scrolls.
All right. The ones that you pick up are, unfortunately, or the ones you knocked off are, like, mostly water damaged. So the words that are written on them, even if you could read them, are too distorted to read.
Gotcha. What about the
What do
rest
you
of
only
the
speak common and Kalyan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Common,
So,
Canyon, or Kalyan, and Null.
well, Null
Which
is
is-
Kalyan.
yeah.
Nulls don't exist. So, yep. Unfortunately, none of the scrolls you knocked over have any common or null speak written on them. Geve, are you're continuing to look at the scrolls? Or are you looking at different shelves?
What's on other shelves?
Uh, there is ritual implements. Oh, and there was something on the manacles on the last shelf.
I'll just start watching out
Okay.
with Vanguard.
All right. So yeah, you stride over.
Johnny Khaki Vanguard.
Absolutely.
And Oyeko, are you going to try and open one of the cells?
I'll try to. Which one had the dude in it?
The human with armor, or at least the humanoid. It is hard to tell if they're human or elf or whatever, but they look human to you. They're in different cells from the dwarf.
I remember that.
Yep. So
I'll try to
you
go
try
into
and
that one.
open the cell, and the cell rattles, but doesn't immediately open. You can't quite tell if it's locked or just stuck. These cells look old and rusted.
I'll try to kick it open.
All right. Go ahead and roll with those athletics to try and boot the door open. Yeah.
Very well in athletics tonight.
Even if it had a lock, the lock is broken now.
Oh, God.
Yeah, the door swings open with a crash.
Well, the door originally opened outwards.
And yeah, you now have access to the cell.
I'll just look around in there.
All right. So, in the meantime, hey Johnny, could you go ahead and roll me a perception?
Absolutely.
Very nice. All right. I mean, Geve's getting over there, but we'll give it to Geve too. Could you roll me a perception as well, Payton?
Sure.
Yeah, you weren't paying attention apparently.
I'm getting over there.
Yep. You get over there just as Johnny notices a shadow not quite working like it should as it dives into the light and charges you. Hey, Johnny, could you roll initiative?
This seems unusual.
You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Let me just
Go.
think that.
Combat is not Oh,
Yeah, the rest of you can roll, but you're going to be surprised, I'm sure. It's very surprising.
ooh, I must have double clicked it. Use the 11, not the 12.
Okay.
And I should get roll that again so very quickly, see if this is going to be better. Nope.
Yeah, it doesn't automatically do it, I'm sure.
Sure doesn't.
Unfortunate. All right. Thing, did you?
Hmm?
Oh, I see why it's mad. Okay. All right. Freaking heck, they were ready for it. So, yep, Johnny, you see a trio of shadows, in fact, dive out of the edge of the torchlight towards you.
Folks, we've got shadows.
So one is going to attack you, the other two are going to go for Give.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. They liked you. You tasted
Well, I'll be
good
seeing
there.
you on the hell.
All
Go
right.
to hell.
Not with that attitude.
All right. So against Johnny. It's just going to get normal because you noticed it ahead of time. All right. So, yep. It makes a wild grab for you, but you're able to just step back pretty easily. The two, of course, going for Geve, however, do get to get their sneak attack off. So, first one, 16, I think. Does that
Yep.
connect?
That
Oof.
hits.
And the other one,
Oh, thank God.
wow, that was a bad roll for that one. Good for you, though.
I was muck ass.
All right, so it's
Still
going to
pretty
deal
muck ass, honestly.
10. And
Strength.
yeah. Yep, it just drains a little bit of strength.
Well, now
Alright.
8 health, so that's good.
Mm-hmm. All right. So that is. Well, that's basically all of them because they go before you guys, and Mo doesn't get a turn. So, Johnny, you have a shadow in front of you and a couple more nearby.
Well, I will slay the one before me with righteous intent. Bear.
All right. That is going to connect. Shadow's AC is awful. So go ahead and roll
All
damage.
right.
Righteous intent indeed.
All right.
What do I save my action surges for? Hitting things. So I'm gonna attack again.
All right.
Fuck.
What did you roll? Oof. Yeah, 9.
I rolled a 20 actually.
It only works if
can't
you're rolling
prove I
physical
didn't.
dice because I can't see the result. So,
no,
Yep.
I'm kidding.
so yeah, the first swing you get through it, and the second swing it unfortunately just drifts a little bit off from where you were expecting it to be, and your sword goes wide. Not by much, but
These things
nothing.
are shifty.
All right. So, beginning of combat round 1. And the shadow with you is going to once again attempt to touch you again. Because it wants your life. Well, it wants your strength. Against Johnny. Nope. Once again, able to step out of the way of its touch. And then I think they are. The other two are just going to continue their assault on Geve. But the rest of you have noticed what's going on. Because of course
There's no
they're standing.
combat, right? At this point. So it's most before the other two.
Oh yeah, Mo. By the way, you do get. Oh no, you get your action if you aren't sneak attacked. So yeah, Mo, go ahead.
Well, he's gonna charge the one next to
There are 2, by the way, next to Geve. There's one next
Geve.
to Johnny.
Sorry, yeah. One of the ones next to Geve.
All right, go ahead.
How do I do this? Tech. Oh. That will not hit.
Fortunately, yes, 7 will not hit. You drive it in, but the blade just doesn't catch enough of it to make a difference. All right. Now they are going to attempt to poke Geve, though.
Mm-hmm.
Poke. And poke.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the 11 misses. The 23, of course, does connect.
And they've got levels in
And I'm
champion, so
unconscious.
that crits.
No, they don't.
Theo, these aren't your
You know?
enemies.
And it sucks another 3 points of strength away from you.
All right.
Otherwise, they are just going to stay as they are and continue poking. All right, Johnny, back to you again. Hurt the ghost.
Perfect. I will hurt it more.
Wow, yeah, you definitely connect. So this blow is not quite as mighty as the last, but it definitely leaves a mark.
Grr. By the way, how's everyone else doing? Has anyone else been how's everyone's tanks looking?
Everyone's at full.
My tank is
We're
empty.
great.
Everything's looking great.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
so-
we're feeling all right. Saturday night, I'm feeling all right.
Feeling all right. Are you
Ow.
actually down?
I have 18 health.
Yeah.
Did you
just-
forget that when I rolled for health, I got like 2 and 1?
Am I aware of him falling? Is my question.
Yes, you definitely don't miss the gun fall on the ground. Makes a big clank
All right. Well, then I have a
Those guys
bonus
stand
action for him.
next to him. Nice.
And I will try and keep this one occupied.
I gotta stop waking up like this.
I will trust my teammates.
All right, Oyeko.
But that is my last healing word because I used one last session, which is
Mhm.
still today.
Yeah, you guys haven't had a long rest since then.
Correct.
Here we go. There's a bunch of ghosts. Wow.
Oh yeah, what do I get?
Shadows. What do you
How
mean?
far off am I?
You've
I
only
get
fallen
my
once.
3 down.
1 free down per combat, remember?
Oh, for combat, that was pretty bad.
So keep in mind that is, yeah, I am considering making it per day. We'll see if I want to do that. But for now, it's per combat. But you
How
might
far
see
am
it
I from
anyway.
these, shadows?
Oh, I'm gonna see it anyway.
The room is small enough that you can make it to them because they're at the front, kind of at the entrance, and the room's not big enough that you can't make it there with 30 feet of movement.
Got it. I'll go after one of the ones next to our downed idiot.
I'm not down.
You
he's
Well,
downed
fine.
idiot.
You're awake.
Actually,
you
yeah,
are on
you
the
are.
ground,
You're still on the
however.
ground.
Yeah.
And I will use a charge
am
of
I.
fighting spirit to make myself get advantage on attacks.
Yeah.
And I'll start slicing.
All right.
Hiya!
Yeah. Once again, another blow connects strongly.
And then I will action surge and slice a second time.
It's the same one.
Not great.
Yeah, unfortunately, a 10 once again with the action
like
surge.
That's a familiar
You attempt
maneuver.
to slice through, and yeah, the shadow is just—it's too insubstantial still, and so you just don't connect.
Slice, action surge, slice, miss, end turn. The
That's it
fighter
for me, boss.
special.
Advantage too. That sucks. Fucking
It
hell.
really is.
All right. Hey,
Look, I
Kevin, you're
used
awake
all-
again.
I used all the good rolls in that
thank
ocean.
you.
Yes, I'm
I
not
know.
complaining.
I'm be honest, part of me is really thinking about disengaging and then just crawling backwards.
I mean, you can get up for free. They don't get a tax opportunity for getting up.
Oh yeah, but it's only half my move in this, isn't it? Fuck
Yep.
yeah. I'm used to
Yeah, it's
pass
not as mean.
Yeah. All right, stand up. I'm going to take a disengage and move 15 feet back.
All right. Yep. So you're in the room, but you are kind of like
Yep.
backed against a cage at this point. or
You
against
know
one of
what?
the cells.
I'm not facing these fuckers in melee combat, so we'll take it.
Yeah. All right.
For a
So
ranged individual, I get into melee combat far too often.
that-
Remind me of a
It's very
certain
unfortunate. Yeah. All right, Johnny, the shadow fighting you is going to once again attempt to poke through your armor. Oof, and this time it actually makes it.
Yes.
You don't quite step back fast enough. And it deals, I mean, it's damage. Feel the cold creep into you. Oof. Well, the damage wasn't too bad. The strength drain definitely hurts.
Yes.
All right. Mo, it's your turn. You're facing down 2 shadows. One that's pretty, well, I mean, it's taken a hit. By the way, the shadow that you're facing, Johnny, is definitely like it's almost been banished back to being just a normal shadow. It is
That's good to hear.
substantial. but it's still attacking. So, do you want to attack the same one as Oyeko, or do something else? 'Cause one of them.
I'm
one of them is
alone
dead.
in melee with these guys right now.
You and Oyeko are in melee with these.
Okay. Can I
So you are not-
rotate around to flank one of them with Oyeko?
Unfortunately, there's just not enough room in this area.
Okay.
Like, yeah, you're kind of like fighting the cave walls, kind of in the way at the moment. They don't worry about it because they don't really have physical bodies, but you do have to worry about it.
I, in that case, may just take the dodge action. Or is Oyeko within 5 feet of me?
Yeah.
Is Oyeko's the paranoid about magic one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Not paranoia if it's right.
No, it's still paranoia.
You can be paranoid and correct.
Yeah.
They're trying to kill me.
I'm paranoid that all DMs are pieces of shit. Doesn't get wrong.
As a note, just for the sake of it, Jake, if someone tries to heal you and you are awake, you can resist it. I'm going to say,
Awesome.
Pog.
if you wish, you do have to be awake though. Your body will not resist it automatically. It has to
That
be
is correct.
Yeah.
I'm all
just
about
gonna
that.
I'm stabbing one of them. Fuck it.
All right.
Theo hears that someone might
Nice.
tell him to fuck himself when he tries to heal again.
All right, that definitely gets a blade in. Go ahead and roll damage. Well, I mean, it's something. Wow.
Damage
Not
is
much
damage.
is something.
It's something slightly more, I believe.
Yeah, because it's a sneak attack, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. So that's not bad though. It's better than it was. So. All right, and now they get to go. And they are just going to entirely ignore you. So both of you guys are going to get attacks opportunity against one of the two. Because they are just going to die for Geve.
I need to look up Fighting Spirit really quick. Sorry, I
Jesus
don't know if it's
Christ.
only for my turn. Or if it's just till the end of the...
Oh, Geve, could you, by the way, take 5 for being knocked down?
Oh,
For
really?
bravery?
Is that
Hey, Mitchell?
That hits. Yeah.
So it says, as a bonus action on my turn, I can give myself advantage on a weapon attack on all weapon attack rolls until the end of the current turn. Does that just mean my turn or like the round itself? I would assume just my
Uh,
turn, right?
Current. Yeah, I would say it's current turn. Because if it
Yeah.
was all round, then it would probably say until the end of
Yep.
your next.
I just wanted to
beginning
make sure I was reading it right.
Yep.
I don't need it. I hit him anyway, I think.
Yeah, regardless, you guys connect.
Yeah.
Were you guys targeting the same one, by the way?
I was targeting the one that I had hit before.
And I was
Uh-huh.
targeting the one that I hit before, which probably is the same one he hit before, but I could be wrong.
All right, that's that's devastating. So while it moves away, you guys are able to just smash through what's left of it, and it is banished. However, that does leave its fellow to move away and attempt to poke Geve anyway.
Yeah, but what if you didn't though?
Ah!
I'm down.
Oh no, this is the one that has levels in champion.
Actually, I think it could technically, if it rolls minimum damage, then it might be fine.
It does not roll.
Instead, it rolled near max. Good.
That looks
All
like
right, I'm
minimum to me.
unconscious again.
How much strength do you have?
And you
left?
do take a strength damage.
I have 5.
Ah, he's got
Alright.
a buffer of at least 2
Yep.
hits.
I automatically suffer 1 death
He
there.
wakes up, shoots his gun, and
Yep.
breaks his arm.
Yeah, when you get up in this combat, if you get up in this combat, then you will, of course, have an injury. So,
I actually
Tony.
get bullied by the DM.
So there's the one I'm fighting, and then there's
hate
one
to
that's
tell you,
going
they're
for my.
undead. You're the weakest opponent. They're gonna target you.
So there's one still in front of me, and then the other
You don't
one's
have to voice
going
that
for
about me, but there's
going for
different
my
ones.
bro. Is that-
Yes, there's one near Geve, and there's one still standing near you. If you move away, it will get an attack of opportunity on you.
Yeah, how's this one's tank look?
I mean, it's nearly insubstantial at this point. It's being held together by, the normal purple magic of necromancy, but
I want to see if I can finish it off.
actually, is necromancy purple in this world? Oh.
Whatever color it is, I'm
Yeah,
gonna try and hurt it.
The magic. I can check actually because the moon is the same color. Sorry, it's white color. Yeah, the white pinpricks.
Slice.
Nice. That is going to connect,
Dice.
and that is just enough to banish it.
Max damage pog. And
That
then
was
I
a
will,
max damage. Nice.
and then I will clench my body and second wind.
All right, go ahead. Roll that second wind.
What did I?
I think you just have to do 1d10 plus your fighter level. Unfortunately, I don't think it.
Second win.
You probably can set it up to be an ability, but
1d10 plus 2? Or am I level 3? Hold on.
let's
Who
see.
am I? Who am I? Who am I? Woo!
Wow, that was a nice heal.
That was more than I needed.
All right. And are you going to move to face the shadow?
Absolutely.
All right. Oh, Yucko. One shadow remains.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
mean,
other
I'll
one you
go-
see it be bashed away by Johnny's blade.
I'll try to position myself, if possible, sort of between
Yeah.
it and the dying person.
I mean, you'd have to basically stand on Guy, so it could still reach, but it might be more interested in you.
Sounds good.
You're able to get there regardless, so, and still have action left.
Now I'm gonna fucking swing at it.
All right, go ahead.
Hiya!
And there we are, another hit.
Hiya! Ugh.
All right, well, I mean, it's definitely hurt, but like with all the other shadows, they are resistant to your blade.
It's all good.
All right, give a. How about that first death save?
Mm,
And fail one, but not a one. So it's all good. All right. Since the first shadow is dead, Mo were destroyed. There are no more shadows near the entrance.
I like to
Gonna
kind of roll a
dive in.
critical hit.
you should not have done that.
All right. You poke Geve with healing energy. It's not very strong, though. Necromantic energy in the air from the dissipating shadows messing with the positive energy of the healing getting mixed and weakening it heavily. But
That
you
was
are still up. Let's see. Do I have a nice thing for shadows? Let's find out. If I don't, I'm just going to have to make something up. Where the heck? There it is. So... I don't really have anything for that. I guess we'll give you weakened at the moment. For you, it's not going to matter as much.
What is weekend?
Damage in melee is at half, basically.
Okay.
So, as I said, it shouldn't matter for you.
I'm gonna write that down in features for now.
Yep. All right. So you are awake.
Temp. Injury.
The shadow now has a lot of targets.
All right, hit me on the ground.
I mean, that's the easiest target for it. And I'm just
Yeah,
wondering
no,
what else to-
I know. That's why I said you shouldn't have done that.
Peyton, pick a number between 1 and 4.
1.
Okay, it's not you.
Bastard.
Johnny,
Deny me
it's going
dishonor.
to try and poke you.
You hit me on the ground like you should, motherfucker.
1 isn't even between 1 and 4.
What do you mean?
Ah, you're right, actually.
Yeah, no, he is correct. All right, just for instance sake, roll that again.
No, that's fine.
No, I want to know
It
if
Not
you
misses
against
me.
you, it's against Johnny.
So,
Well, no, I want to know if you would have. Is the point?
Yeah. Show us.
show us what you got.
Alright.
Now, just for interest sake, roll damage and strength damage.
Yeah,
And for interest sake, take the damage and the strength.
yeah. What he said.
And then
Alright.
for interest sake, I'm gonna roll a death save.
For
So
interest's
Johnny, yeah.
sake, make
When
you
it comes
can.
to poke you, you're able to once again move out of its reach. And it's now your turn.
Well, I'm gonna hit it.
All right, go ahead. You do have advantage, or not advantage. You have flanking definitely at this point because there's just so many people near it. So
For the record, Peyton, it would have missed you.
Oh yeah, fair.
all right,
Does that strike true?
yes, it does.
Hell yeah.
It's another light blow, but a blow nonetheless.
Listen, light blows are all I got right now.
Imagine you walk into a room and there's just a bunch of people surrounding a shadow on the ground, just smacking it.
Kicking the shit out of a ghost.
I mean, the shadow is floating in the air. Yeah, they just don't work out,
Exercise.
though.
Grab it by the legs and
Oyeko.
slam it into the ground.
As formerly stated, I'm gonna beat the shit out of it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ah, no.
Oh, no. All right. Yep, you swing for it, but it just does not catch enough of it to make a difference.
That's a whiff.
Could
Alright.
you actually roll a dex save for me?
Yeah, I'm all about that. Watch this, another one. No, actually,
There
that's
you
not
go.
bad.
All right, yeah. Basically, you swing a little too far forward and almost carry yourself into the shadow itself, which would have been bad. Since touching shadows is what you don't want to do, but thankfully you're able to stop yourself before you do so. So, Keve, welcome back to the land of the living.
Mm. I
Doesn't
really
feel that way, but
yep.
you're back.
Alright, fuck it. Stand up. Use the thing to give extra damage against dumb fuck. Dumb fuck
Yep.
still exists, right? I didn't just miss him dying.
Nope, he's definitely still up.
Yeah,
In
use
fact,
thing to
he's
give
not
extra
even-
damage against dumb fuck. Use fainting attack. 12, did that hit?
12 is enough to connect with it, indeed.
Alright, so you get that, and then you also get
Just give me the total, because it's all going to be halved, because it's not magic.
19.
Oof. That is very, very harmful, but it holds on just barely.
Piece of shit, you're starting to piss me off.
The black, the white pinpricks of light dancing across it and small bolts of electricity just barely holding its body in manifestation. All right, Mo.
What about a flanking position now?
You can get a flanking position now.
I would like to attempt to do
You
that.
guys are surrounding it at this point. You're all flanking it except for Geve because Geve's ranged.
And then I would like to draw my dagger in my offhand.
Over it.
And then I'd like to stab it.
All right. And 14 is enough to connect, and it doesn't matter what damage you deal, it dies.
Spoilers.
Yeah, wait.
What if he did negative damage?
Yeah,
You heal
actually, I've decided to use my strength roll for this attack.
it. You can only deal 1 damage, and that would kill it regardless. So,
But
And
half
with
of
that-
one is 1/2. You're telling me he had half an HP?
no, it always rounds up to 1. It doesn't matter. So-
Ah!
The only way to deal no damage is via immunity. So, yeah, with that, the final shadow is banished. You guys are left with the very injured
taking
Geve
care of the haunting.
and an injured Johnny.
I would like it to be known now that I don't think I can really move.
Why don't we just
I can
relax
barely
here for a
stand.
bit?
And I am then going to collapse
agree.
against the wall and just sit there.
I do have one question though. And don't take it the wrong way, I could be here killing shadows all night. But how would we know when we're done?
Presumably when we've gone through every room and are no longer getting attacked.
When shadows are no longer trying to beat my ass to death, then there are no more shadows left.
Why don't you guys rest? I'll keep an eye out.
Alright, if you insist, and then I fall asleep without giving Oyeko a chance to take back her word.
Are you actually like taking a long rest, or are you taking a short rest?
I would like a long one.
He's taking a rest until someone wakes him up, be
I'm
it long or short.
about 50 pounds overweight. I have 5 fucking strength.
My own body encumbers me.
Pretty much, actually. At this point,
Yep. So what? Yeah. What is the call for rest? Long or short?
Sounds like a long rest.
Well, are we in a place to long rest reasonably?
I thought you fell asleep already.
This is me, Lumpy, asking.
I mean, you guys are in a room with a single entrance, but that didn't seem to stop the shadows from freaking bull rushing you.
True.
And you don't know how many other mobs are around, so.
I'll be honest, single entrance didn't seem to help much.
Mhm.
Well, regardless of what type of rest we're taking, Oyeko's staying up through it.
Okay.
I'm partial to short rest, but if we're taking it long, I'm not going to complain much. I'm kind of fucked up.
Mo hasn't taken a single hit to any resource, so
Other than spells, you mean?
other
You have
than
used at least
spells.
one spell.
Yes,
To
you're
a
right.
single resource.
Apparently I've used 2, so maybe a long rest is useful for Mo.
Trying to think what the other. Oh, you probably cast it above.
Yeah, I might have cast Bane or something. Or healed someone, who knows.
So, are you guys starting a long rest, or are you starting a short rest?
Sounds like a long rest.
Sounds like a long
Hell yeah.
All right. So,
YOLO.
Oyeko, you're keeping watch.
Mhm.
Go ahead and
If
roll
it's
that.
at all possible, Oyeko will at some point try to take a short rest during this, but
Yeah.
she is going to stay up the entire watches, so I'll just start rolling perceptions whenever you want. You on now?
Yeah, go ahead and roll for the first part of the watch.
I will. I'll join us the third, but I need the full.
So, yep. You sit and wait in the darkness with just the torch keeping you company. I'm trying to think, how long do torches last? I think it is an hour. Am I incorrect on that?
Let's see. I've got the thing open. Give me 1 second to find torch.
We got a bunch of scrolls, right?
Yeah. They don't burn very well, though.
Rules.
Got any wood in here?
Yep, 1 hour.
There's
Yeah.
that
So the
shelf,
torch would have
right?
gone out at the well, actually, only 15 minutes into the first hour.
Yeah, I mean, Oyeko will try to make like a makeshift campfire, like out of like any sort of stray wood in this room, and
I mean, do you have
if
an
needed-
axe? Because that
No.
shelving unit is made out of wood, but it's going to be hard to break down without, some sort of thing that isn't a katana.
Shovel.
Because I hate to tell you, the katana is not the best weapon for hacking
No.
through hardened wood. I mean, I guess you could borrow Johnny's longsword. That would be better.
I've got one.
Yeah, I mean, he's asleep. I'll just take it from him while I'm doing it.
Yeah, I've also got 7 scimitars on me.
I hate to tell you, the scimitars aren't very good at chopping wood either. The longsword does it reasonably well.
I think I took them from something at some point.
Yeah, I
you
think
probably
he took
took them
from
from
people we
goblins.
defeated.
Or, yeah.
Ah, yes.
So, yep.
Vague
So, yeah, you hack up the
usefulness.
shelf and are able to start a small fire. It's kind of fitful. It only gives off about 10 feet of light rather than a larger fire, and doesn't seem to want to go bigger than that. It creates a ton of smoke, but thankfully the room is big enough that it doesn't matter too much. But the first watch goes quietly, with only the faint sound of water dripping and the pick, pick, pick very faintly in the distance.
That's good. Not scary.
So, yeah. You think you hear something at one point during the first watch, but You look around and you don't spot anything, so you figure it's probably just your imagination getting on you. You are sitting in the dark, can't really see. So, could you give me the second one?
Absolutely.
Giva, are you helping with this one as well?
I ain't seen shit. He said third, I think.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, yeah, if something happens in the first hour, you won't see it because you'll be still resting, but or sleeping, trancing.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Jeez.
Listen, this has been a traumatic experience for me. All right, I got some other shit on my mind.
All right. Thankfully, a 12 is enough to notice a couple of pinpricks of purple light coming through in one of the cells.
Purple light, eh?
Yeah, seems to be coming from that skeleton.
Is the cell locked?
No, because the door just got freaking booted in.
Okay.
Jeez.
I am going to level my rifle, and if I see them move, well, gun.
Seeing as how I rolled that one, I probably didn't even notice you pulling out the rifle at all. I'm just chilling.
Imagine pulling it out. I
You
slept with
hear
that
Kevin
rifle
roll
on
over
my
in
lap.
her sleep. Even though elves don't sleep, so you're kind of confused how that works, but it works somehow.
Shrug.
So, but the skeleton doesn't move for the rest of the watch. It just seemingly stares at you. Unless that's just a trick of the light.
I mean, I'll attempt to communicate with them. Like, hello. Are you sentient?
The skull just very slowly shifts up and down.
Do you require assistance?
It just shakes its head once again in this similar slow, careful motion.
Can you help us?
For a moment, and Oyako, because, yeah, unfortunately, the 5, you don't notice it. But Geva, you notice it light up green just slightly for a moment before you hear a voice in your ear. You've opened my cell. That's good enough.
Will you be leaving this place?
Maybe. Oh, I don't really want to be shot.
I will lower the gun at this point. I'm not putting it away. I'm resting it across my lap, but I'm not going to be pointing it anymore.
At that point, the skeleton will rise to its feet, and at that point, Oyako, you definitely notice it. It can't do it silently. The clatter of bones. And you definitely see
whirl
two
towards-
pricks staring at you out of the darkness.
Whirl towards its sword, ready.
Hey, calm down.
I haven't had a good experience today with things like that.
I haven't had a good experience today, full stop.
Actually, you really gonna lecture me about not having good experiences? I don't understand.
Yep.
Why are we not attacking it?
Because it is not attacking us.
And you know this how?
Because I asked it.
So, yep. The skeleton
Still
will,
wary, but sword lowered, I guess.
yeah, it'll step out of the cell and come out into at least the dim light, so you can see it at least better than just the pinpricks of light. I mean, it's a skeleton. It's up and moving. Doesn't seem to be armed with anything. But,
You planning on leaving, or he's gonna hang out?
well, first it gives a bow to the two of you, and then in your ear, Oyako, you hear it just say, "Thank you."
You're
And
welcome.
at that point, well, it'll start to walk away and then pause. And once again, Oyako, it will just ask, "Are you here to deal with it?"
Could you be more specific? Everything in here is really cryptic. Deal with what exactly?
The ghost.
Oh, the thing like at the bottom of that lake.
She just very slowly nods.
I think I let it out by mistake.
It just shakes its head. If you want to go down there, go into the room across the way. Either that, or maybe they have more. Follow the picking. And then it will walk out of the room.
Good luck on your travels.
Clack, clack, clack. Will vanish after a time.
Well, that was remarkably pleasant, given all
That
the other
was.
bullshit we've dealt.
Surprisingly nice, and it seems like it's pushed us in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yep.
Listen,
And
The rest of
although,
that watch
do you know
passes
why it?
uneventfully.
Do you know why it thanked me?
oh yeah, you kicked open the door.
Oh, I'll go try to kick open the other one that has a skeleton.
In the middle. God, it's gonna be so fucking loud.
All right, yeah, go ahead. You can roll athletics to try and kick the other door in. Yeah, you boot the other door in with equal amount of force. However, over the course of the next watch and well, the last or the rest of this watch and the next last watch, yeah, the dwarven skeleton doesn't move.
Okay. Well, I figured I'd give him the option
Yeah.
just in case. I actually I just realized I didn't even try to open that one normally. I just assumed. Whoops.
Oh, really necessary?
Well, if he was also trapped, I would have liked him to be free.
Couldn't have tried the door first.
Yeah, I could have.
The small gap.
So, yeah, the rest of the watch, of course, passes uneventfully, and you guys are rested and recovered,
Oh, thank fucking God.
including the weekend. By the way, it does go away.
Do I get a short rest?
Yes, you would have gotten at least a short rest
I can
Let's
fucking
go.
walk again.
I'm gonna
because you
roll
did
one
stay
of
up
these.
for the whole thing. So,
Yeah, I don't expect a long one here.
Yep.
Fighting Spirit does not come back, but Second Wind and Action Surge do.
And I no longer have my broken fucking weekend shit, right?
What weakened strength? That
Yeah,
went away on a
yes.
short rest.
Oh no, the injury.
yes, that goes
Right.
away.
I no longer have my slashed bicep or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you still do have the you've been downed once, but
Yeah.
So, yeah, you guys all get up.
All right.
All of your stuff recovered, except for, of course, Oyeko, who only took the short rest, so only has the short rest stuff recharged.
Yeah, I don't get poultices back. I need to collect those manually.
Mm-hmm.
Unless there's a lot of herbs hanging around down here for some reason.
What you've seen.
Mushrooms?
Might be some underwater, and yeah, there are some mushrooms floating around, but not very many.
There
Yeah.
are herbs down here. They're so wet though. Gonna
And
have
there
to
you go.
come dry them off.
I mean, there's some down here in this little pit. Yeah, you gotta move this big stone slab.
Don't worry, the sea will
Oh,
protect you.
Gordon, Tracy. All right, so with that
Well,
done,
anyway.
don't know what just happened to me there.
You were ascending.
God, if that's ascending, I want to go back down. Fuck. All right.
So,
So where do we need to go? Where's the ghost?
well, the ghost is down in the bottom of that lake. So,
How do we get rid of the lake, though? Is the thing.
A big vacuum cleaner.
don't know.
Be a big vacuum cleaner, or an even bigger sponge.
I mean, you guys haven't found any mechanical thing that seems to be draining the lake.
Oh, the skeleton.
Oyeko didn't find anything down the bottom.
That's not true. I found a door.
There was like a
Maybe there's-
man-made stream, right?
Yep, 3.
What, she said to go down either
There's
down.
One
three
no-
the,
one
others,
goes
three
out of the-
man-made streams.
she She said go down the room, like down the way, or follow the, like, ticking.
I mean, we can hear ticking, right?
Yep, you can still hear it.
Yes.
Can we attempt to follow it then?
You think the room across the way means the, because remember, this room has 3 main exits. They have the one you guys originally came through, this one that leads to the cells, and then
And
one you
there's,
haven't
like,
checked
tunnel.
across from it. Yeah, a thin tunnel. So yeah, you guys can follow the picking. It leads back to the entrance, and then to the south through that entranceway.
The mysterious picking noise.
Yeah.
I'll have to follow it.
So, yep, you guys go through that hallway. This seems to be significantly more lived in and seems to be filled with a kind of a thin layer of dust everywhere. Like even in the air, there's a little bit in the torchlight.
Hmm.
It's not enough that it's blocking
Torchlight, you
vision.
say, and then it explodes.
Not that sort of dust, thankfully. So about you guys walk about 40 or so feet and see at 40 feet, there's a hallway that leads off to the west, but you guys see it from the entrance. And the hallway continues further. The picking sounds like it's coming from further down the hallway, not that side path.
Keep going.
All right.
I want to deal with this fucking ghost and then leave. We were only hired to deal with the ghost. These shadows are sons of bitches.
Actually, we were hired to clear out a haunted place. I'm pretty sure the shadows count.
Oh, wait, what were we hired to do? I thought it was just clear out the ghost.
Haunted house. I mean,
Ah.
the ghost is the biggest problem.
If it was to fully clear out the haunted house, then yeah.
So, as you guys get closer, seeing down the hallway, those with dark vision can see a group of skeletons. They seem to be mixed, small ones and big ones. There's about... Though there's more, but the ones that are standing, there's only 6. But there's about 20 in that area. Most of them seem to be kind of trying to crawl through or like flee against the walls, as there seems to be a massive rockfall that's fallen in on what seems like a set of stairs. As you can see, the first couple stairs. And the pickings comes from those 6 skeletons, only about like 3 of which are holding pickaxes, which are slowly picking at the rock. Not very strongly, as you can just hear it go pick, 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 Bob.
Hello.
Yep, they don't react.
All right, well,
They just keep
we
doing what they're
tried,
doing.
boys.
This place is very eerie.
Eerie isn't the word I'd use. Downright fucking creepy and awful is probably what I'd use, but to each their own, I suppose.
Each of the picking skeletons, by the way, is human-sized.
So it's either keep going across or follow the picking.
Yeah.
What do they appear to be picking at again?
A rock slide, or cave in, I guess.
Do they seem to be making any like real progress?
I mean, in the next 100 years, they might.
If we were to join, do you think that would help much? Do we think that would help much more?
I mean, you don't know how much of this is rock slide, but it's a big rock slide. It fills the entire passage from top to bottom.
I got a shovel.
Unfortunately, these are more of the big, scary boulders, not the little pebble ones.
I mean, there's always some little pebble ones mixed in. You gotta deal with those too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid I don't have. I mean, my people are good at digging. I have a strength of 7.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't burrow through this stone. In particular, by the way, these skeletons, the 6 that are picking are, I mean, all 6 of them are picking, only 3 of them really have pickaxes, have what look like long, well, what's left of robes. The other 14 or so skeletons in this area, because there's about 20 in total, seem to be mixed. Some of them have no clothing at all. A couple of the smaller ones have bags, as well as what looks like armor, although the armor is well worn. Just leather armor, it's not very good. And then a couple seem to be like actual warriors of some sort, as they do actually have like kind of broken chainmail and spears. But the chainmail is very, very worn and lots and lots of holes. Spears seem to still be in decent shape, though.
I had something to ask. I've just lost it. My brain's completely lost the plot. That's unfortunate.
Faye is measuring out her fireball.
I can blow up almost the entire tavern. Yay.
This wouldn't be the best place to put it, though. Probably be here, maybe?
Any place where it includes Mo is a good place to put it.
Yes. Yeah, this would probably be the best place to put it, since it'd catch most everyone, except for Mo.
Wait.
Nah, it basically catches Mo, too. It's fine.
Operation Keep Mo Safe.
Operation Kill Mo specifically.
Operation somewhere in between those 2 operations.
Why don't
So,
we go the other way?
Sure.
Since I
as a
don't think
reminder,
we
there
can
is
help
that.
these guys.
Yeah, there is the side path as well.
Oh, we'll get the side path.
I'm down to go on the
Before you
side
go all
path.
the way. Yeah, all the way back. So,
Side path. Woo!
side path has a short hallway that leads into a larger room. It seems to be similar in size to that celled room, as well as a couple of small rooms off to both the north and south of this hallway, like halfway to that room. Those actually have doors. One of them is rusted and metal. The other one is wooden and rotten. The north and south, respectively. No
So
markings.
it's a rusted metal one and rotten wooden one?
Yep. The northern is metal and rotten, and the southern one is wooden, or metal and rotten. Metal and rusted.
I guess I'll go check out the metal one.
Alright.
I'm going to stick with Oyeko.
This has gone well in the past.
I mean, listen.
I'll follow them.
I've had 2 encounters. One where I was next to Johnny, and then the 2 shadows decided they wanted me specifically to fucking perish, and they kept doing that. And the one where I got with you, and it was 1-on-1 for each of us, and then they went to fight the newcomers. So you know what? I'll take being with you.
And Oyeko does actively try to harm the other one's abilities to attack friends.
Yes.
What about Johnny and Mo?
I'm following those 2.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I'm
So
following
otherwise,
those.
I'm
two.
gonna go poke the skeletons.
Yeah, I'm following those 2.
So, yep. You walk up to the door, and quietly you hear a grumbling password.
Ghosts are cool.
Yep. You just hear like a grinding noise on the other side. That's your guess for the day. Unless you got something to eat.
What kind of food do you like?
Meat's especially good, but I'll take what you got.
Will jerky do?
Yeah, jerky. There's always fucking jerky.
Because
I'll
jerky
take
makes for good. Actually, how long did it take for us to get here?
I believe it was only half a day or so.
Half
It
a
was
day?
pretty
I
close.
probably didn't do much hunting then. And even if I did, it's been like a full day since then, so there wouldn't be
Yeah.
meat left over. So yeah, because jerky doesn't spoil quickly.
But it's all chewy and whatnot.
I mean, if you had anything down here to hunt, I could hunt it. But
Yeah, the only things we have are fish. Like bringing me fish.
you got a
Well,
fish.
it's not even red. Why the hell would I want fish?
Fish can be good if cooked right.
How would you want to cook it? It ruins the meat.
No. Also, what are we talking to? Because I completely missed that.
Mo's just like, that's right.
Seemingly a voice behind the door.
Yeah, there's a voice behind the door.
Peyton's RPing completely blind. He has no idea. What he's talking
I was like, this is a dwarfy voice. This is probably some type of dwarf.
Yeah, but just talking to herself. It is speaking common, by the way, so you can all understand it.
Yeah, you could. You know what? You could very easily convince me to have a conversation completely by myself and have the rest of the party think I'm crazy. As long as you got it where I wasn't paying attention at the right moment, it'd be incredibly easy to.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, what it will be?
What it will be?
It will be
That's how it
jerky.
phrases it.
What will it be?
No, he phrased it the way he said it, Lumpy.
Yeah.
What it will be.
Not everyone in the world has proper grammar, my dude.
Not everyone had.
Particularly not dudes that live behind an iron, rusty door underground that is in a haunted mansion, starring Eddie Murphy.
Eddie
Good
Murphy.
movie, good
how do you
movie.
get here?
Just pass it through. And with that,
The butler took my wife to hell.
a small slot will open up in the door. You didn't see said slot, but it does exist, apparently, as it creaks out.
Sure, I'll pass some jerky through.
So the slot almost instantly closes the moment the jerky passes through.
I will
into
like
it.
bend down and put it through and see if I can peek through.
I mean, it's just darkness on the other side. There is something. Like, you do see kind of a flash of something red.
Flash of something red.
Yeah.
The evilest color.
And something a little bit shiny, it looks like.
Darkness is fine. We got
with
dark vision.
torchlight. But the moment it, I mean, even with dark vision, it's hard to see.
Ooh, rip.
It's mostly just the angle. Like, you can't see very well into it. It's like looking through a keyhole type of thing. But regardless, the moment the slot closes, you immediately hear, no.
So, how long you been down here?
What's your next guess?
My guess?
Yeah,
Oh, you guessed the password.
bribe for guess.
Oh.
I'm not supposed to. It's only once a day, but, well, no one's been down here in a while, and the skeletons don't feed me anything, so.
Why are you here exactly?
What do you think? I'm a guard.
The door.
Well, what are you guarding it for if there's only skeletons and ghosts and shadows down here?
I guard the pantry. It's a very important job.
Is anything left in the pantry?
I don't know.
Why don't you go check?
Buddy.
Why would I check? Not my job to check on the pantry.
But if
Yeah,
you don't
but-
check on it, how do you know no one stole from it?
You hear the sound of, like, lips being licked. As I would know. Be a free snack. Besides, Jacob's the one who's supposed to keep an eye on the pantry. He knows the password.
You're a dwarf. You sound like a dwarf.
I don't know. What do dwarves sound like?
What do dwarves sound like? Like you.
I think they sound like crunch, crunch, crunch. They're good hard bones.
Yeah, most dwarves do have hard bones.
I'll sort of
Fair.
look
I'm
back here
gonna
when
just take a step
whisper.
back and survey how big the store is.
Maybe we should.
I mean,
leave this guy
it's a
alone.
door a little bigger than like the average person. Like a 7-foot tall person could walk through without having too many issues.
Hmm.
Like it would, it'd be 6 inches of headroom, but they can get through. So, password.
You know if there's a system through which we could get this here password?
I don't know. I just got told the password. I got a good memory. So,
Where was that Jake fellow you mentioned?
Through the door.
I don't know. I haven't seen Jacob in a while. He's been gone for,
Right here.
No.
I would say, about
Over here. We outnumber you, Mitchell.
Yeah.
The Jacobs have risen.
Yeah?
Yes.
I'm gonna say 1 year, 4 months, and 3 days.
That's oddly specific.
Buddy, I think you've been
As I said,
abandoned.
I have a good memory. If I do, it doesn't matter. I'll move on when there's nothing else to eat. Till then, rats and skeletons will do.
I don't know. Skeletons don't seem very nutritious overall. Like, good source of calcium, yeah. So past that,
You haven't had bone marrow then. Even the necromantic ones are great.
I guess it makes sense.
Well, it seems to think so.
I can't wait to figure out what I've been having a relatively normal conversation with.
With the ghoul.
Oh,
So, password. Come on. I can't sit here all day.
I
I
mean,
have things to do.
I
From
feel
what it
like
sounds
you
like
could
you-
sit here for a while.
and you sit here all day. That's what you do.
I have to scour the pantry for rats, and I can't do that while I'm paying attention to here. Come on.
Have we made a password guess already?
You did, but you haven't guessed a second time.
Yeah, the food is so we get a second guess.
What
No,
was the
but
first guess?
It sounds like it's as many guesses as you keep feeding it.
No.
At least from the way it phrased it.
Made. What was the first
I
guess?
think it was something like
Something
ghosts
like
are cool
ghosts
or
are
something
cool.
like that. Yeah.
The password is a password.
You just hear
Bo
it kind
just
of.
looks at the two of you like these are
It
probably
might
the
it might
worst
be a
guesses.
chuckle. It doesn't sound much like a very happy chuckle. Password. That's a really crappy password, you know. Come on. That was
I like
only your
it.
second guess. You're a little better than that.
And then he opens the
Little.
door.
God, what
Anyway,
a shit guess.
that's your last guess for the day. Unless you give me more.
Yeah.
Maybe we come back with more.
You find something alive out there, bring it back.
Will you give us extra guesses?
I might even give you a hint if you bring me back something wriggling.
Well, we're alive.
All right, come here, Mo.
Indeed, you are. But I have a feeling you're not going to sacrifice one of you.
Well, how about we all go in there,
You'd be correct.
and then you get all of
You
us.
types all get mushy when I start suggesting you sacrifice one of you. Come on. It's just one person.
I
There's
wouldn't
plenty
get that.
more of you.
Hey,
Millions, right?
never
Thousands? Hundreds? I don't know.
How about we all give an arm?
How
Okay, I
about
need
we
2
not?
arms for this thing.
So does a Yakko, actually.
I'll give a foot. If
Can I
everyone else
cut
gives
a-
it something, I'll give a foot.
Can I cut a chunk of meat out of myself and then
If you're
heal
willing
it?
to do that, yes, you can do that.
If
But
Johnny
it's
starts to
not
try to
wriggling.
cut a chunk of himself out, I will try to stop him.
It's not wriggling, but you're pretty sure it'll probably agree.
It's still like bloody and like warm, so you'll be
Very
like,
fresh.
"Oh fuck yeah!" I know I have like Australian for me. Oh fuck yeah!
Oh, fuck off, mate.
You fuck off, mate. You fuck off.
Hmm.
Maybe let's try to like not this.
Oyako will head towards the rotting wooden door.
Oh,
Okay.
I wonder what's gonna happen to this door.
I mean, this door just says,
Kick me.
bye.
this door says pantry. Hey, wait a minute.
Pantry back entrance.
Once we're a decent way out of earshot, Oyako will just sort of go, I feel like I could take that door.
Yeah, you could take the door.
Yeah, like I could get it open.
Yeah, I don't think we're down. I think the front is.
I
Can
hate
we
to tell you,
take?
this hallway's only like 15 feet wide, so you'd have to walk out of the hallway to get out of earshot of it.
Well, I'm just like,
Unless you're whispering.
yeah, exactly. A little bit away and whispering, so it's harder for me to hear.
Ah, I heard that. No way you could kick through that wall.
What only issue is
I mean, the door doesn't actually say I heard that, but you do hear it start humming.
the only
God,
issue
he's
is
got
I
perceptive.
Definitely loud enough for you guys to obviously hear. It seems like a drinking song from what you
the
guys
only issue
would
is
guess.
I think that qualifies as breaking and entering.
I mean, it doesn't qualify as breaking and entering if whatever's in there is a squatter.
But if he is meant to guard the place, which he seemed like he was, I don't think I should be.
I mean, so here's the thing, right? Unless he is, I don't want to phrase this. Unless he is employed by whoever owns this place, then he's a squatter. And who owns this place currently?
Well, we don't know. Maybe the previous owner did, and he's not aware that he's not employed anymore.
I mean, that doesn't make it any less illegal.
The
If
last
I-
time he saw someone that apparently he remembers, it was almost a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I was kind of curious. Were we ever told when this place burned down?
I don't think she mentioned it.
No, we weren't.
It was burnt down 24 hours
I
ago.
mean, you guys do have 2 notes in the lockbox that she gave you, so they might have it on that. But
Oh yeah, I'll check those.
you guys haven't actually looked at anything but the front door key.
Here, I'll check the notes now that I remember that I have them.
Mhm. So, yeah, the first note is just a name, Olivia. What was her last name? Let's see what she would share her last name. Yalith. Right. Olivia Yalith.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is basically just, it's a reminder of what the quest is.
All right. Hey, you know anything about Olivia or Yalith?
You mean the crazy lady that decided to set up a cult in her basement? Yeah. She was a nice lady. Shame what happened, though. Eaten by ghosts and whatnot.
I am just going to look worriedly at the rest of the party.
I wish the ghost left some for me, but yeah.
Are you sure
They
that
make
this
everything
person
taste
got
rotten. It's awful.
eaten by a ghost?
Well, I guess it's more like turned into a blackened husk and whatnot. It's not really eaten. Ghosts don't do it right.
Where is this blackened husk?
Somewhere else? I don't know. I got dragged away after she got turned, so I can't really see anything, and I don't really feel like moving, so...
Do you think you've already experienced this blackened husk just in the last husk form? Not talking to him. I'm talking to the other party members. Granted, if he hears and wants to say something, then I don't care. I'm not gonna stop him.
I mean, he does.
Yeah.
Have you seen him wandering around? Like, kind of floaty. They don't taste
Yeah,
very good.
Shadowy.
Yeah. Those guys.
Yeah,
They kind of suck.
yeah, real
Well,
bastards.
I guess they don't suck, actually. They don't taste like anything.
Yeah, they kind of suck. They like suck out your strength.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh. They don't do a very good job of it, then.
it depends on who you are.
Probably. A
Das
big
last
tough
friend.
door guard. Ain't no afraid of nothing.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Yeah, I mean, the ghost doesn't bother me, so. Seems to really hate all the people, though. I don't know what. Always whines. Heard he's not yelling, help me, for like the first year. Now it's quieted down. It's more cautious. Careful.
Yeah, it was
Great.
yelling help me earlier.
I know, I heard. Hasn't done that in a while.
Yeah. Somebody fell for it. I'm going to look at Oyeko and say nothing.
Yeah. It falls silent for a moment, and you hear that same kind of like growling chuckle. And then it just breaks into laughter. You went into the lake?
Oh,
Great. Well,
You
one
know
of you
anything-
did.
Do you know anything about that lake?
Yeah, it's a big scary lake.
Wasn't
yeah,
that bad?
fair. Checks out.
I think it's got something to do with the mother, I think. Whatever the heck they call it. He gets mad, sacrifices, etc., etc.
I like this guy.
I know someone figured out a way to go down there without the sacrifices. It's pretty clever.
Yeah.
Also tastes like shit, so I don't really want it. It's the little ones with the pointed ears. They figured something out.
Goblins?
I think that's what they're called.
It's always fucking goblins.
I just know their bones are really brittle. Kind of
Yeah,
hurt
that's
going
what
down.
happens.
It's like those the feathery things.
Yeah,
you
chicken
know?
bones.
Yeah, like those. They do the same thing. Start to splinter on the way down.
Hold
It's
on.
awful.
What is this? What is this sacrifice business you're talking about?
Cold.
Well,
Well,
from
I
what
got
I've
like-
heard, anyway, Jacob is very talkative when he's checking out. Also because he's bored.
I feel so called out right now.
Damn.
Jacob, the random cult member.
I should do this. I should name random throwaway henchmen after people in the game.
Well, I mean, the one
It's
time
literally
Leo
just
named
the first name that popped into my head.
Leo
so,
named
hate to tell you.
a character Heidi, which is my mom's name, and he made her like a smoker. Hey, what's
Alright.
going on? We're like, oh Jesus Christ! I was cackling and no one understood why.
Regardless, from what I've heard, you jump in the lake, and then you go and throw them into a bottom, a crate. I don't know. You bring them down, and then the mother eats them, or sucks the life out of them. Does
What if-
something.
What if you open the thing at the bottom and don't let anything go in there? Do you know if anything
I don't
happens
know.
that time?
What's at the bottom?
Well, there's this like door thing.
The ghost.
There was a glowing like gem. I stole that, but
Oh, that's where the ghost is. Oh, good.
I also opened it, let it free, and then it tried to kill me. I got away though.
Hmm.
Yeah, no shit, huh?
Usually attacks people faster than that. He must have been really trying to help.
Yeah.
You
I like
hear,
helping.
you feel it like it's smug about that. It's not saying it in a nice kind of way. It's
Oh, you
saying
must
in
have
the
really
you
been
freaking
found
dumbass
out.
sort of way.
Dumbass. Idiot. Stupid idiot dumbass.
But what about that the other password? Or you guys just giving me food for fun? Perfectly fine with that.
Wait, we haven't done a password? What?
Did we
Yeah.
give him more food? I don't remember doing that.
No, you haven't.
Oh, did he not count saying password?
Either that or he's enjoying his time with you, so he's giving you one for free.
All right.
What was the name of the
So
mother that the statues of?
We don't know. We've
I
only been
don't-
calling him mother.
I don't think it's going to be the mother cult specifically because he said they moved in, which implies that he was here first.
I mean, are you saying that aloud?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was. Good memory on you. Yeah. I was here first. Nice cave. Plenty of goblins.
Fighting the good fight
Well,
against goblins, not the goblins fighting against him.
I mean, goblins were the ones that built that big old stairway over there. They kept coming up into this cave.
The collapse.
Oh man, it was so nice to trick them. So easy. So greedy. Not very crunchy though.
Greedy goblins couldn't be.
Not like
I don't
dwarves
know
though.
anything about greed.
Anyway,
Tiny things.
guess I'm giving it to you for free because you're making me have a good long conversation. Haven't had that in a while.
Mm.
Most people come up, get frustrated, and then just leave. Or they try and do things the hard way, and I have to remind them that doing things the hard way is a one-way ticket into my belly. It's a great way.
So,
Good belly.
you know,
Yeah.
you haven't.
It's kind of bottomless. It's awful. I'm always hungry.
Sorry.
Do we have any like idea as to what this could be? Because I have no fucking clue.
I mean, do you want to take even a guess? Because
Uh,
I'm not going to allow you to roll if it's just... we have no idea.
well, it has to be something from not the cult.
Could
It has to be something
the
relatively-
lady's name? Because he was
Uh,
employed by the lady, right?
No, he wasn't employed by the lady. He was. He hasn't
I
actually
mean, he
told.
knows her.
He knows her, but she was the one who moved in after.
I see.
Mhm. Well, it sounded like it was her cult in a way.
Yeah. Um. Can I try to guess as to what he is from what we know about him?
Which knowledge are
Hey,
you
like,
rolling?
Uh,
That's what I'm asking. What are you trying to think of?
I'm specifically trying to think of like what he as a creature is.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Are you rolling? I'm going to say religions for undead type of creatures, or
I think it's some type of
otherworldly ones, magical creatures, arcana, and of course
Yeah.
natural creatures
I'll
are
go Arcana.
nature. Okay, go ahead.
Normal.
Yep, just normal. You're not getting anything extra. Oof. You're actually fairly certain this is an intelligent mimic.
Ooh.
By the way it's speaking, and it's looks like it's a door.
All right.
And now that you're kind of looking at it more carefully, you definitely see parts that are probably not as rusty as they should be.
I will inform the others. And I will also, I don't know, what's a good password for a mimic, do you think?
Oh, I think I understand.
Yeah.
So maybe the thing is, it's the reason that forcing the way through wouldn't work is because he's the door.
Yes. Congratulations. You know what? You're right. You
Yeah,
connected the
it
dots.
laughs.
Oyeko.
It doesn't answer any other way.
Oyeko, you sure did it,
Channeling
buddy.
Amelia right there.
Yeah, actually. Christ. Ugh. Well, I've had a good chat.
Also might explain why it's resistant to moving away to check the pantry when we're here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I can reach, just can't pay attention. Don't want to have you guys sneaking up trying to stab me or anything.
I don't stab stuff. It's inefficient.
Wisdom
Yeah,
is
you're one of those ones with the shooty things.
Mm-hmm.
The fire bows or whatever they're called. I don't know.
Yeah, it's close enough. I've probably heard this thing
Arrow
called about a
guns.
million different names.
Come on, I'm giving you a free guess here.
Hmm.
If I were a mimic, what would I make the password?
I don't know.
Did you
I
make
didn't
the
make up the password.
Ah,
What? I got a good memory. Don't have a good puzzle mind.
Well, if a person had really good puzzle mind, it'd be a riddle and at least it'd be interesting.
You think I'd remember a riddle? Come
We don't
on.
have to remember the whole riddle. The riddle just has to be written down, then you know the answer.
Writing down. I wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to read it though.
Well, you don't have to be able to read it. The other people have to be able to read. You just have to remember the answer.
That'd be a good idea. Fortunately, they didn't think of that. Well, I guess they also didn't think they'd be eaten by ghosts, so. Yeah.
could you perhaps tell us if this is a single word password or a multi-word password?
Yeah, that sounds like a
Like
morsel
I-
hint.
Okay.
When did the ghost show up?
A while ago.
Before or after the cult?
I guess during the cult. It was kind of
Okay.
the culling of the cult, as it were.
So, I actually think that he got the password from the cult, specifically because of what I just said. Because he said, I didn't come for the password, but they didn't. Whatever. He effectively said they didn't expect to be eaten by the cult, which implies that or by the ghost, which implies that whoever gave him the password was eaten by the ghost. And if the ghost showed up while the cult was here, then they would have been the one who gave him the password. That check out? Or am I just stupid?
I think that makes sense. I follow the logic. And I'm completely unsure what the password would be.
Well, it's been
We
narrowed down.
could try that writing you found.
What, the one in the statue?
Yes. Since we don't have anything better.
Yeah, sure.
Go for it.
Something shot in the dark.
So, what are your guess?
Presumably,
phrase?
Don't
the,
remember it, so.
presumably
Yeah,
the
I'm not gonna
phrase
force you
on
to
the
guess, yeah.
statue.
Okay. Yep. It once again makes the grinding sound on the other side of the door. Nope. Not the password. That's the last free one.
All right. Well,
Maybe we should look around, see if we can find any hints towards one, and then we can come back.
maybe.
Or perhaps return with prey.
You hear it again, like licking its lips on the other side of the door. Good. And I'll give you a hint. I like that word. Morsel hint. Yeah. I'm gonna keep that for the next room.
More scent.
Nah, it doesn't roll off the tongue as well. Roll in the tongue, I suppose.
Just in case, I'm actually going to take out my oil flask and I'm going to, on the wall beside him, draw an arrow towards him and then write mimic in oil.
Yep.
In case anyone comes after us.
All right.
Alright.
I mean, it doesn't react to that, so either it wasn't able to see or it decided not to
I'm
comment.
gonna come back and there's gonna be an extra word in front. Not.
Yeah.
So, yep, you guys
Just-
still have the main room and then the rotted door across the way. So,
Yep.
do you want to try and open the rotted door?
I'll go try to open it.
Okay. Yeah, the rotted door, I mean, it's stuck, but you can force it without bothering to roll. So, mostly because it basically, like, you try and force it with your shoulder and it just falls apart.
Quote the mimic, no, Jerry.
So, the room beyond is a tiny little room that seems to be just a hole in the ground. It's not big enough really to, like, fall in. Maybe if you were like, maybe Mo could, but you might be able to fit your arm through it without issue. You hear the skittering of some sort of insects below.
Is this the shitter?
Mm-hmm. Do you want to go look?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
There doesn't seem to be any reason to reach down unidentified holes.
Yep. Especially because, of course, the light does not make it very easy to see anything down there.
That being said, if there's a torch that I can drop down there, I will do that.
I mean, if you want to light another one or
Yeah,
borrow one
I mean,
from
I'm
one of your
already
companions.
like, yeah, I would have lost like 4 by now.
Mm-hmm. So, yep, you drop it through the hole.
The resulting explosion could be heard from miles around.
I
Everyone
see
roll
anything
eight
as
There
good?
definitely is a quick burst of flames from it as you stick the torch in, but not enough to harm you. You do hear a lot of crunch, though, as a whole bunch of bugs get freaking vaporized in the heat.
Do I see anything as it sort of goes down? Because I will drop it down.
I mean, it only drops a short distance, and seems to be next to a small underground stream of some sort. There does seem to be some like a larger room down there, but you can't fit through it.
Mhm.
You'd have to open up this hole more.
You can't fit through an arm-sized hole?
Yeah.
Wow.
Try me.
I mean, Mo might be able to squeeze through, but might being the operative word. It would be a very, very hard check. Trying to wiggle through.
Time to go to the last door. Way.
Mhm.
Or it's a door. I don't know. I don't remember.
It is just a door.
My
It's
brain
just
has been absorbing like no information today, and I don't know why.
My head is almost entirely empty.
My brain
We'll
might
be,
be
we'll be
swelling.
ending in a minute here. So
Okay.
we'll just explore this last room. And then we can end. So,
Quote Mitchell as we open up the last room. Wow. Who
combat.
guessed would be a fucking
Roll
We're gonna have to
initiative,
get through this
fuckers.
room. This room is 3 miles wide.
10 miles
Nah,
long.
this room is
Every
the
inch
tiny.
is filled with content.
No, this room is similar in size, but it rather than being kind of squarish, this one is circular.
No, for this
Is
room,
a
RPG section.
It's a room full of beds, just kind of set up in a vague circle. There's, including the damaged ones, probably, like they're kind of almost layered. There's so many beds. There's probably about 30 within the whole room altogether.
Damn,
No
that's,
foot lockers or anything. It's just layered beds and bedrolls and everything.
that's about a few.
Search the room.
Yeah, search the room.
All right. That's a pretty good investigate. Anyone
Want
else?
me to-
Yeah,
it's
go
just
ahead and roll
investigation for
investigate.
anyone rolling.
Yeah, if you guys
Yeah.
are looking around.
Order
Observe a
action.
3. Ah, close.
Observe. A 4.
Almost. Well, it's double 4. The one above what a 4 would be. Do you want to roll, Lumpy? Or are you going to just keep watch again?
Oh, you know I'm rolling.
All right.
I'm gonna
Roll
find
it.
everything.
Let's see.
Everything.
Good work,
Nothing.
team.
So Mo, yeah, you look around the room. Unfortunately for the other three, yeah, you guys don't
The
come up with
fighters-
anything.
The fighters hit
Mo
their heads
finds a
together
couple of
under the
interesting
kitchen
things.
table.
There's
First,
beds in
you
this
find
room.
a corpse, like
Oh
a
my
full corpse,
God.
not a skeleton, that's clutching a bag. It's a halfling, and she's clutching a cloth sack. You also find a couple of goblins sitting like vaguely nearby, though these ones seem to be also skeletons, like their fellows outside.
Skeleton one.
Otherwise, other than that small group, you find a pair of footlockers. One is locked. The other one seems to be unlocked, but I mean, when you pop it open, there's not much in there.
Okay. Well, I'll show everyone the locked footlocker and the sack, and then open that up in front of everyone.
All right. Yep. So the unlocked footlocker doesn't. It has clothing. The most interesting thing in there is a ritual dagger that looks like pretty rusty and wet. The sack contains a more interesting thing in lots of shiny little gold coins. Well, lots as in a halfling-sized sack of gold coins.
Do halflings inherently have less money?
No, but their sacks are smaller because they're small.
Please, Mitchell, this is a family show.
Are you guys going to pause and count, or
Sure.
'cause
We paused for
more
everything
gold
else.
coins than you can?
Might as well.
It's more gold coins than you can count by just a glance.
We pause every 5 seconds. We took an 8-hour nap earlier.
Yeah.
You guys did.
Yeah, listen, none of us are stupid like you.
So
Someone needs to pay attention.
the gold coins, when you guys count it all, is in fact actually not just a pile of gold coins. There are 23 gold coins and a pretty large handful of silver coins that comes out to about 40. By the way, you've all noticed that they're not Thalshan coins or coins from the 10 followers. They're from somewhere else.
We're splitting these up equally.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone gets
I
5 gold and 10 silver, and then one person gets like only that amount. Everyone else gets 1 more. Right?
I'll take the 5 gold.
No, it's okay. I can. I don't.
I've
need
already
money.
done it.
No,
You
I
fuck-
insist.
Aren't
No,
bullets
I insist.
expensive?
No, I am Spartacus.
How about we just
I'm
like
Spartacus.
discard the extra coins and all take?
No. Fuck.
Just leave the coins for the next group to come through.
Yes.
All right, I'll take it.
Yep.
Sorry, how much?
It should be noted Oyeko will physically refuse to take the 6 gold.
No, I'm taking it.
Yeah, well, 3 people get 6 gold and 10 silver.
Yeah.
The halfling, by the way, is very obviously like an adventurer of some sort, as she has leather armor on as well as a very rusty dagger on her belt.
A failed adventurer.
That's gonna be me in 5 minutes. Except not a halfling.
Yeah.
And also not dead, hopefully.
It seems like the goblins killed her from the way they're kind of set up before you take the sack out.
The goblins are also dead as hell, so they
Well,
died of their
They
wounds.
seem to be dead at the outset. These ones just aren't moving anymore.
They're also dead as hell.
So, yep. Are you guys gonna pick over her corpse, or because her armor is the first thing you found that's like actually still good?
Theo, you said you
Sure,
showed us the
halfling.
locked box, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get that open.
And I'll pick over the corpse while that's happening.
Do you know how to lockpick, or are you going to just bash it?
Yeah, you know me, bash time.
Are you just attacking it with your sword, or are you just trying to like smash it against the floor?
Well, how is it locked, really?
By like a physical lock built into the box. It's not a padlock.
Okay. It's not something I just.
Yeah, you can't. You'd have to. You might be able to smash it, but you need. Like, you can't really use a katana to smash that sort of
No.
thing. You'd have to
Mortal
use.
longsword directly into the lock.
I mean, that might work.
So would floor. Let's try the floor first.
Yes, the floor will have also work. I guess just go ahead and roll. I guess just the strength check.
There's
Roll.
nothing athletic about this. I'm just throwing something on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Dog, the floor's not strong at all.
I mean, you go and you pull it up over your head and then like bring it down, but unfortunately you don't let go of it, like at the apex of your swing, so it just kind of like almost drops onto the floor. It does make a metallic like clinking sound when you hit the floor, but I mean it doesn't break.
I'll try the mortal.
All right.
Brace up against a wall and then just fucking swing the cross guard into the lock as hard as I can.
All right. I'm gonna have this be an attack roll with well, just roll damage actually.
Just roll damage.
It's not hard to hit.
So it would be
It dodges.
10 plus
Oh, actually, sorry.
0.
I guess roll an attack just to see if you hit the lock or the box, because you can't miss the box. It's just-
Sure.
the lock is a much smaller target.
I am proficient with this, but I've already hit this. Yeah.
Yep. All right, yeah, that's enough to hit the lock itself. Go ahead and roll damage. All right. So you swing the longsword hilt first into the lock, and you all hear as the lock gives up the ghost with a smash. Mostly because it got sent flying into the rest of the box.
And that's how we handle that.
So, yep, it is now unlocked.
Open it. What's in it?
It's deck save.
Yeah.
Wow, I get a free text save.
Yay!
Amazing.
All right. Yep. You fling open the box, and a needle goes flying past your head.
The needle like launcher got deformed, so it just shoots straight past me.
Pretty much, yep.
Idiot.
Inside the box, there are a set of thieves' tools,
Oh, that'd be
as
nice.
well as a
Outside the box, that is.
Inside the locked box is its
you also
key.
kind of like need to know what you're doing to a certain extent with them,
What's
as
up?
well as a
Yeah, have these tools.
we should.
Yeah, I do. You can always use more.
No, I'm gonna
They
take
break.
them. Use these tools.
There's thieves' tools. There is a jeweled dagger. There's a bag and a small like stone that seems to be kind of well. It's a small gray stone, but it has a red gem set onto one side of it.
What is in the bag?
The bag has more gold coins.
Wow. How much?
This one you can quickly glance at and just know it's 12. It's easy.
12. All right, so everyone gets 3.
These, as before, are of a make that none of you recognize.
I'm actually gonna take the jeweled dagger as well.
These
Someone else can
objects
have the
are unsettling.
What's unsettling?
I don't like them.
No, what is unsettling though?
The objects.
The objects. What's unsettling about them?
You know, why do they exist? Like the dagger, at least, is
Yeah, this.
probably just for show, but
Yeah.
that stone.
Yeah, I feel like
Like-
the stone's the only one in here that's actually weird. Like thieves' tools, dagger and money. Those all exist for very,
Remind me, which of you have explored the old world for like any real experience, like length of time? Or Yeko, I'm pretty sure has.
Yes.
How
I've
long
been-
has Geve been in the old world?
I've been here for like a year, I think.
So you probably don't.
No.
Johnny, how often did you get away from the farm when you were growing up?
Before the incident, probably not very often.
So I'm gonna give it to you, Oyeko, since you have explored a little bit. You do in fact recognize the coins, where everyone else does not. These are Catharshan coins.
I will note that to everyone.
Yep. In fact, they're not just ordinary gold pieces. These are 2-piece Catharshan gold pieces.
Mhm.
There are only 2 pieces in Catharsis. Everywhere else considers them 1 gold piece.
Mhm.
Yep. But they have an elven skull on one side, their tail's side, as it were, and then so writing in elven. That those of you that can read it reads: "Survival is forever. Strength is magic."
Magic.
Want to trade coins?
I mean, all of the coins have that, so they all come from the Catharsis.
Yeah, but not the coins we brought with us.
Indeed, the coins that you brought with you are Thalshan coins.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'll be willing to trade Thalshan coins for Catharshan coins, so that Oyeko doesn't have
Oyeko
any of
takes you
the.
up on this offer.
Yeah.
As a note, there is actually a two copper piece and 2 gold piece for Saltus as well, but none of you guys have them. So, I think this is actually not a bad place to end with you guys kicking open the chest and whatnot.
Especially
sure.
since I have to go.
Yeah. Theo, I'll just tell you that looking through the corpse, you do find that she has a
You can look
key
through the
around her
corpse.
key around her neck. That's easy enough to find.
Maybe we should have led with that.
Oh my god.
But that's all. So just write down strange brass key.
Strange
you
what
want to.
key?
Strange brass key.
Gotcha. Loot.
We-
Loot.
We opened the box without too much difficulty. Nothing. The only thing is you made yourself look the fool.
That's not the first
Yes.
time.
Yeah, and won't be the last, so who fucking cares? But I almost got shot in the face by a dart, so that too.
There is that.
Yeah, who cares?
I mean,
I'm
I
just
didn't
kidding.
get
I'm
hit.
just kidding. I'm just.
As long as I'm not hit, whatever. If I did get shot in the face by the dart and it was sticking out of my chin, then maybe I'd be whistling a different tune.
I think
But
you
we
could
are
look
done.
up-
So,
dart.
Yeah,
By the
Theo
way,
and-
is there anything on the tip of the dart?
Is it like poison?
I
No,
mean,
it's just a dart.
there probably was at one time.
Ah,
Yeah, poison only lasts for so long.
It's long since dried. So
There was poison, and it shot into the ceiling, and it fell down onto me into one of my open wounds.
but we are all set. So Theo and Lumpy, if you guys need to go, then go ahead.
I'm heading out.
There.
Yep.